All right, we're back. Sorry about the technical difficulties here. We had a little bit of misunderstanding, but we got it all figured out now. So, everybody, welcome now to the BCS 2021 All Star Cup Draft Day Extravaganza. We've got our friends here in the booth with us. We've got Jamjar, our commissioner, and as before, our famed, esteemed guest commentator, famous head commentator of Hockey Question Mark Winters.
I'm not that famous, man, but I'm glad to be here, and I appreciate the offer to come back again after last year. And this year has a new format, or new to me anyway. It's auction styles. So I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. I'm sure you guys can explain it for all of us that are watching, the millions around the world.
Yeah, so most of our drafts previously have been in a snake draft format where it's one captain goes and then the last person to pick picks twice, and then you repeat in that order. Now we will be doing a new auction draft format. So, Jamdro, would you like to explain how that works?
Yeah, sure. I'm just going to quickly say, could you just move your Blockland feed just behind the overlay panel?
Oh, yeah.
Just sitting on top, that's right. Cool. So yeah, we're doing an auction draft this year. It sort of spawned from the idea of just a conversation a few of us had while we were joking about last year with the draft and ways that we can make it more interesting. So the way it's going to work is all the captains, they get a pot of money, and then they just get to basically take their pick of the litter and spend it and start bidding on it, basically, just going wild.
All right, sounds absolutely great. I think it's going to be really exciting. I'm really excited to see how the captains react to this new draft format, because we really haven't seen anything like it before. I think actually we had one of the captains, Meatsail, being explained the draft format as we were going to start the stream. So
yeah, he's unfortunately never done the mock drafts. We've done, I think, 2 or 3 of them so far, but all the other captains have some experience. He's not, but I mean, he seems pretty confident. I think he says he knows what he's doing, so we'll have to wait and see.
Yep, I mean, definitely a storied player. Meatsail, Cheese Master, Tumbleweed, Mel the Frog, Louie, Snarblax, really a team of all-stars.
Yes,
You said the name, you said it.
Oh, mic drop, credits roll, we said it. I didn't even mean to do that. That was pure Freudian slip.
So what's going to be happening is while the draft is going on, I'll be jumping between you guys in here and the captains, sort of communicating with them, making sure everything's hunky-dory over there, and then at various points we might get you guys to come and hang out in the call with the captains too, just get you guys to listen in, see what things are, how things are going on, and yeah, hopefully it'll be an interesting night. We'll have some surprises, I'm sure, and it's all new to us, so let's get straight into it. I'll leave you guys to it, and I'm going to jump into the chat with with the captain. Sorry.
All right, so I'm assuming this goes left to right in that order.
So actually, oh, sorry. Let me just. I'll just
ahead,
explain it before I go.
sorry.
Yeah. The way it
break
works.
it all down for us.
The way it works, actually, Winters, is the top captain will pick first. So Meatsail being the most experienced captain, he will plant his first pick. It will then go in sequential order in which it is at the moment. So that'll be Team Washed, Team Scalers, Team Liberty, Team Army, Team Gambit, and Team Trojans. They'll each get their turn to either pass or bid. And then at the end of it, it's basically last team standing wins the bid. So whoever wins that bid then gets to submit the next pick. So you could have a string of wins and pick the first, second, and third player, but at the risk of spending all your money at once. So it's a real risk and reward sort of thing. Then you might be out of the game for a long time to come and only get late game picks after that point. So there's a lot of strategy to be had, and I'm sure we'll see a lot of it play out over the next couple hours as we roll through the draft.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see. I definitely think it's going to be interesting to see what teams and what players spend a lot of money, and like I want to see what people's strats are, whether everyone's going to be spending big bucks or they're going to try to spread out a lot of very good players but not break the bank on their first 2.
I think it will be definitely. I think the importance of the first pick is sort of lifted a little bit with this format, but what we could be surprised. You never know. Anyway, I'm going to leave you guys to it. Any questions, just give me a shout and I can pop back in. But yeah, I'll be popping up overlays and winters. You've got your little spreadsheet that you can look through to find out some more information about the players and things. Yeah.
I do.
All right. I will catch you guys shortly.
All right. Let me fix these eyes. I'm going to turn you up real quick, Winters.
Okay. As we get ready for this much anticipated, I mean, a lot of you have been waiting for a little bit, not just tonight, but throughout the summer, and now it's about to take place. Here we go.
Yep, absolutely. People have been scrimming almost every couple days. People have been doing plenty of scrims.
Yeah. Let's see. Now, there's quite a few people in the draft, or well, I keep calling it the draft. It's sort of the auction, should I say? But pretty good lineups here to choose from.
Yeah, absolutely.
For an older game, this is a large community, a very dedicated community.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of the player base, existing player base, is definitely made of veterans. Some people who have been playing the game almost since BCS in its infancy has been invented.
How long ago was that, actually?
Oh, so it's a long story, but BCS in its infancy, it wasn't called BCS at first. It was basically its first ever soccer tournament hosted in 2013. And then it just began to continue after that. It was originally called GBFL, and that was led by another commissioner, Mr. Lowell, but he's no longer involved. And then at some point it got transitioned into BCS, and here we are today with a multitude of sports, but soccer is our most important one.
Okay, so the bidding has started. Is that...
Oh, it looks like, yeah, the bidding has started. Looks like we got Washed betting on T-Bone. 30,000 on T-Bone. Very interesting.
And now, so the other teams can try to beat that. It's like an eBay type of thing.
Yeah, so now I believe other teams will be able to bid against this. So teams could either choose to bid against Meat Sale's 30,000 pick, or they could just not contest it and allow him to spend that amount of money.
Okay, and then they get a certain amount of time, and then going once, going twice, I assume?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's apparently James are saying nobody picked yet, so I think we're getting baited.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I was confused. I thought they were picking already, but I don't think anybody's picked yet. We could.
And
actually...
they're saying the background is blank. They can't see.
Yeah, it is right
Is it
now.
supposed to be?
It's not.
Okay.
It's not supposed to be put on yet. Hang on, I can bring back the game while we're waiting for captains to get their stuff together.
Oh, okay. So they can't snap their bids or something. Okay, and we will continue to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, I guess we can look at some of the players that are available for the upcoming draft. We've got players like who's available. We've got Cheat Lore, very classic player. Kingston, very big player. Probably gonna get a lot of bets on him. Very powerful striker. Vonsky, also a very, very powerful striker. Honestly, I would say that Vonsky was the breakout player of the casual league that happened during our Winter Cup.
Yeah, I heard there were 2 cups last year, and I guess it was the Summer Cup that I got to see.
Yeah, the last cup that you commentated for was the Premier League, and we had a casual league in between that was supposed to be a sort of more, in the name, more casual experience. So that technically the results of that tournament doesn't actually count towards like the overall stats. So even though Vonsky as a player was a captain for Casual League and did very well, he is still technically a rookie.
Ah, interesting.
Oh wait, not a captain? Oh, the Sable was the captain. Slip of the tongue. He was the star player, not the captain. Let's look at what other players we got. Actually, we can look in the audience here to get a good look. We've got some of our players. We've got Vonsky sitting out in a very absolute dapper suit. Actually, we got a lot of people just completely dripped out. Look at this lineup. Wow, everybody is dressing their best.
Yeah, well, the social distancing rules have been relaxed a little bit, so people can freely move about the cabin.
I'm sure that everyone's fully vaccinated here. Oh, we got Moon purple suit, Lawson. Oh my! I think we might have to put Lawson in for the top 3 suits of the draft day. Looking very nice, looking very slick in that cream-colored suit.
So everybody's got these really pimping outfits, man. I'm just generic Blockland dude.
I mean, honestly, that's the most unique you could be. You're standing out in the crowd, so that's all that matters.
Hey, Cairo, you're covering up the overlays again.
Oh, oops.
I'd just say just punch all the way in on your game, so it just fills the screen.
Okay, yeah, I need to change my actual Blockland resolution real quick.
Sure.
Okay, and I think these bids are for real, right? So right now the bidding for no Roblo is 71,000, whatever currency this is. I don't know.
Rupees.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know the official Blockland currency. Okay. So, assuming that after a period of time, this 71,000 will be either raised or they'll call it there.
Oh wait, Jam, did they actually start drafting yet?
Sorry?
Did they actually start drafting yet?
There's one on the board. Yeah, it's got several bids.
I'm just waiting to see the team overlay pop up.
Yeah, well, there's no one's been picked yet, so
Okay.
there's no one on that right now.
I guess that makes sense then.
We're having some weird technical issues with the sheet though at the moment for some reason.
Oh no. Okay.
Well, I'm still very interested that the first pick is T-Bone. I did not expect T-Bone to be the first person to be fought over.
Alright, I'm just gonna bounce back to the Caps.
Says he's won 4 titles.
Who won 4 titles?
T-Bone.
T-Bone, yeah. T-Bone did win 4 titles.
I'm reading this shit that y'all prepared for me, so I'm believing in it. I choose to believe in it that he's won 4 title wins.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, he's a very proven player. He's one of the veteran players, so he's been around for a long time.
Oh, okay. Says he's also experienced as a netminder as well.
As a what?
as a netminder, goalkeeper.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean he's pretty much played every one of the. He's pretty much played any of the positions.
And he's up to 73,000 now. I believe that is the Scalers. They place that bad. All right. I can't. No. I'm trying to familiarize myself on the fly with these here.
Sorry,
Okay, so I believe that would be Gambit.
Gambit that passed on it, or is who is currently doing?
No, the Trojans have passed on it.
Ah. So it looks like I'm not sure what is coming next either. If I think who bid on them? I need to zoom in here.
Oh, everybody will have to go ahead and.
Oh, Gambit has bet on T-Bone 73K. Oh,
Yeah.
goodness.
And
I mean,
a couple
they're
of
really
teams
fighting for it.
passed so far. I assume that the rest of them have to go ahead and say they're out.
Oh, and Wash,
and
the
the
team who
stand.
originally wanted to pick
Oh.
T-Bone, has passed on him now.
75 from the Scalers.
Scalers bidding back on him. That's actually big. Looks like Gambit and Scalers both want him. Very interesting. Yeah, Cheesemaster, the captain of Scalers. Definitely. I don't know if he has ever played with T-Bone in a cup. But very interesting that he would go for him. But I think 75K is a very good deal for T-Bone. As a captain level player, he's captained very many times. You can see his goals, his assists. He gets a lot of shots on goal. He helps your team space out. He's a good team leader.
35 goals, yeah. 16 assists.
Yeah, a very strong midfielder, very strong defender, and can also run the goal for you if you really need to. And can also be a striker. I mean, really, he's a good guy to insert anywhere you need him. He's like a skeleton key puzzle piece. He'll fit anywhere into your team.
We've got Liberty and Army both passing on that.
Yeah, so it
So
looks like
it's
Scalers and
75,000.
Gambit.
Oh, Gambit was 76,000.
Oh,
76,000 for T-Bone.
I mean, they're really gonna fight for it. I mean, I kind of expected this. Gambit was the one to go that deep, but oh, looks like Scalers are
The
passing.
Scalers are backing down. So there you have it.
There you have it. He's taking them out.
Your
And
number
that is
one
the
pick in the
first player.
BCS auction draft is No Roblo, aka T-Bone.
Very interesting.
76,000. Yeah, wow. Now there's only 50 or 60 more to go.
Yeah. Now we got the first one figured out, so no more silly issues. We're all good, smooth sailing from here.
Yeah, and plus the teams have a finite amount of money to spend, I know, and but I'm also told that everybody is going to be drafted. Regardless of how much money or was paid or not paid for them. That
Yes,
every team.
if people do not choose to bet on some people at the end, people can go for zero money at some points. Excuse me. Oh, okay. And Gambit's
Cyber.
starting out the bidding on Cyber. Cyber, I would probably say, is the top two, top three defenders in the league. A very solid defender. He's a brick wall in the defensive end. You're never really worried seeing him try to 1v1 somebody. So 45K starting price. Not a bad price at all for Cyber, but I'm sure we're going to see some bets on this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Every team needs defense, and that's always a plus.
Yeah, you can see he's got 19 blocks and 12 steals, so not only is he blocking shots, but he's also getting the ball back for your team and getting you those very valuable turnovers.
Oh, it's just amazing all the stats that you guys have compiled on these guys, man.
Oh yeah, I mean, a lot of people have done a lot of work getting all the stats. And hopefully we're looking forward into the future, maybe getting some automated stats, but currently a work in progress. Oh, and looks like Trojans are going in for the fight for Cyber, raising the bid to 50k.
50k.
This is not an insignificant amount of money. I mean, every team only starts with 300k. I'm interested. I'm guessing we're gonna see. I mean, I would not be surprised if all the teams bet on Cyber, but it could very quickly go out of hand.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, Washed is passing on Cyber.
Hmm.
See what Cheese Master is going to do with this. Is he going to go for Cyber, or is he going to try and go for a different defender for his team? Cheese Master, I think, usually
69,000, the magic number.
Wow, definitely
Has been reached by Cheesemaster 55. The $69,000 for Cyber, not dollars, whatever they are, rupees or
rupees. I think. I honestly, I think I keep saying dollars too. I keep messing up as well. Yeah, so we've got 69,000 rupees. Ridiculous rupees. Unfortunately, not a very good currency. Its inflation is horrible. It's even worse than Dogecoin. So don't even go for it. Terrible. Don't invest. Oh, we've got Liberty passing on Cyber. That's interesting, actually. I thought Tumbleweed would definitely try to go for Cyber.
Yeah, the price tag may be a little high. I don't know. 72,000 now.
Wow, this is a
Army,
big jump.
Mel the Frog.
Not surprised that Mel is going for Cyber. Mel, very good goalie. Probably one of the top goalies. I'd probably argue he is the top goalie in the league. So, you know, he's pretty good in that stance. So having any of his other positions as strong is just a big boon to his team. A lot of people are going to be fighting over goalies like Meat Sale, Cheese, Tumbleweed, and Snarb. They're all... I mean, Snarb could play goalie if he needed to. But Meat Sale, Cheese, and Tumbleweed will definitely be looking for some goalies.
Yeah, kind of a tough position to play. Here's a bid raising 73,000 now.
Wow, this is a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, dang. People are just dropping dimes on these people fast, and I'm worried everyone's gonna run out of money at this rate. We got a lot of valuable players left.
Yeah, Trojans out. A little pricey for them.
Scalar's thinking on it. Is it too pricey for Cheese? Will he shell out the big bucks? Oh, I gotta say that also Gambit is the one who's betting so much on these two players. Gambit has spent 76k on two players already, so he's gonna be a little thin if all the other teams choose to pass on this.
And it's looking like they might.
Mel definitely contemplating.
And passing.
And they have passed, so it seems like
That's it.
Gambit has won the bid for Cyber. Wow. Very interesting turn of events.
Yeah, he got them both, but at what cost?
Yeah, at what cost? Yeah.
Nearly, about half his salary cap.
Yeah, half a salary cap for his only 3 starting players, so he needs at least 2 more starting players for his lineup. He's gonna need some offense, some striking. So let's hope he gets what he needs. That's very interesting. That first 2 picks have both gone to Gambit. I think definitely some captains are doing some strategic bidding on players that they don't actually plan to buy, but believe that they can get other players to bet a little more and I guess chip away at their funds.
Oh yeah, speaking of eBay, yeah, that's an old trick. Yeah, you just keep bidding to inflate the price, and yeah, which 150 may have been more than they expected to spend, or 149, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite a bit. It's quite a bit. All the other players are looking at. I'm looking at Chill. I'm looking at Vonsky, who Chill has been a captain level player for years. Kingston also a captain level player, I'd argue. And Vonsky, very powerful striker. So it's a lot of power players still waiting on the board now. Ooh, Gambit starting the bidding for Monaco. So Monaco was on a casual league team with Vonsky as well. I would say he was the number 2 to Vonsky's number 1 offense, and Monaco definitely great finisher, great offensive player. He gets into his spots well. He fills space. He's definitely a good defender, solid defender. Wow. Big bids here. 55,000.
55,000.
For Monaco. Dang. I mean, this is...
That coming from the Trojans.
Yeah, Trojans trying to look out here, see if they can poke out and grab their first player. See if any other teams can steal this initial bid. Initially, this was Gambit who wanted this player, so we'll see if Louis will fight for this one.
Yeah, somebody's got to spend some money eventually, so... I mean, besides Gambit.
Yeah, definitely. Somebody's got to do it. This looks like Meat Sale is really pondering this Monaco pick. He's really thinking about it. I mean, I think Monaco is definitely a very useful player to have, especially for the type of offense that Meat Sale will probably want to run, where he is at the head of the offense and he can sort of feed it to people who get into spots and he doesn't really have to tell them much. And Monaco would definitely be good for that.
He can push forward in midfield if he has to, and hang back on defense if he has to.
Yep, definitely. Monaco, very useful. And looks like Meat Sale is going in on it.
He took it. 56,000, excuse me.
Yeah, only dropping 1,000 extra. Just trying to keep him in play, but not wanting to pass on it. But he doesn't want to really overcommit to him yet. Okay, looks like...
let's see if they go 56,001.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Looks like Scalers and Liberty both saying no thank you to Monaco.
Out, yeah.
Army also saying goodbye. Gambit, the original bidder. Will they bid again for Monaco?
Yeah, sorry about the sort of slow run bids at the beginning there. It was a few technical problems on the sheet. Looks like there's a note of technical difficulties, but I've just hot fixed hotfix the script, so we should be smooth sailing from this point forward.
All right, no
Okay,
problemo.
wonderful. Thank you, man.
Actually, I wanted to ask James Dart, is there like a minimum bid people have to do?
Yeah, so it's a minimum bid of $10,000 or 10,000 rupees. So
Okay.
that's basically a minimum blind for the table. It just stops anybody sort of doing, kind of like bully bid sort of thing for like $1,000 on someone. Now, if a team has less than 1,000, less than 10,000, then they have to bet their maximum stack.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Oh.
Interesting.
Okay.
So you have to basically bid as close as you can get to 10,000.
Okay. And if like you're like raising from somebody, is there a minimum for
Nope,
that?
there's no minimum of that though. So for
Oh,
example,
okay.
let's say you started a bid at 2,000 because it's all you had left. I could then set it to 3,000 because I'm not the opening bid. So you can get some real steals for players later on in the draft when people are really scrounging for money.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
As much as Louis' strategy for picking up these two pretty star players
Yeah, I think he made the right decision.
It's a good decision, but it could be a detriment to his back half, his back line. He's got a strong front line with Naroblo at the front, Cyber with a really solid defender as his mid, and then himself as a key goalkeeper. But problem being is that you got to fill those gaps. You can't just leave your field half full.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Meat Sale has just filled that gap with Monaco.
There you go.
Is the pick.
Yeah,
So,
honestly, I think
that's another
Louis
one
made
in
the
the
right
list.
choice. Louis definitely made the right choice. He was a little strapped for cash. I don't think he could afford 56K for Monaco. But the first player going to a non-Gambit team. Very nice, very nice.
That is my cue, actually. I need to set the pick for Meat Sale.
Okay.
Here we go. Meat Sale's up next. So who's he going to pick? It's interesting, though, how much he did pay for Monaco. Well, do you think he was undervalued or overvalued?
I would say he slightly overpaid for him, but I think that it's fine in for right now. Maybe in the future we'll see if that'll bite him, but I mean 56K is a lot for Monaco, I will be honest. But
that's a low ball if I've ever seen one.
Yeah. And speaking of a lot of rupees, we got Chill. 40K. I'd say this is low for Chill, and it's gonna rise very fast.
I think Meat Sale in the first round when he picked Naroblo as the opening player, he lowballed it at 30, and then it instantly rose to 65. I think this is a strategy: start low and see if you can sort of fish the bids a little bit.
Yep, and fishing he is.
Oh Jesus!
Oh my goodness!
The bid has been raised to 100K.
105K.
Goodness, yeah, people are definitely gonna fight for Chill.
Chill has been off the pitch for a while though. He missed out on Casual League, so
True,
I haven't really been in scrims too much, so I don't really know his activity. Do you know much about it, Cairo? Or
25.
Oh my goodness. Well, here's the thing. As people know, he does not play that often, but when he does play, it doesn't take him very long to get into the and Louis is just passing on it immediately, saying,
I don't think I was surprised about that one. Yeah.
Yeah, goodness gracious. But I think Chill is always valuable, and he can be a definite carry if you surround him with some good players.
These numbers don't lie, man.
Now,
27 games played, 40 goals scored. Yeah, it's a pretty handy guy to have around.
Yeah, and I mean, in his last cup, 100% win rate as well. He carried that team to the finish line.
Absolutely. And Yang, we're up there. I knew it was going to be above 100, but we're up there, 130K.
This is getting dizzy.
Yeah, the Trojans trying to put a cover on this bet, if you know what I mean.
Is there a stuck?
That's a condom joke. Okay, so Meat Sale is passed.
I thought so, but I wasn't sure.
Now the interesting thing is going to be is it going to be one of the veteran caps, the first three, so Meat Sale, Cheese, or Tumble, or it'll be one of the new rookie caps, Mel, or well, at this point,
Meat just
Cheese
passed.
or Tumble, or Mel or Snar. Who's going to get it? I think if Chill was on a team with either Mel or Snart, like they're both really solid goalkeepers in their own rights.
135
They are
from
absolutely pushing
Cheese
it right now.
Master.
I feel like Cheese is going to really bully these guys. He's gonna make him pay.
Oh, absolutely. Cheese definitely. He wants to. If anybody who would want to like use the system as much as possible, Cheese would be the one to do it. So he's gonna be out here. He's gonna be out for blood.
Yeah.
The Liberty take it up to 136.
How high?
Tumbleweed.
Will we go?
140. Oh, snap.
Oh,
Mel the frog.
someone's got to be outpriced at some point. This is going to be it soon. Otherwise,
This
the two
is-
captains.
This
Oh.
is approaching half of an entire team's salary cap for one player.
141
Got
from
some bully
Trojans.
bids going on. See what Cheese's reaction is.
Oh, he's gotta raise it. He's gotta raise it. I'm sure he will.
The risk here, though,
Did
is
I hear
that
142? 142 from me, buddy.
I guess perhaps there isn't much of a risk if you think about it. Like, if he overpays, he got Chill.
Yes,
Great.
145 from the Scalers.
But
And if
also dropping your money early means you have way less wiggle room on bids later. Like you don't have the option to drop your big bucks again.
Yeah,
You've
but
already dropped them.
I think all these captains are really valuing Chill to the point that I think they're seeing the risk as null and void. Usually the risk would be, you don't have cash, but on the other hand,
But
there's
also
Chill.
it's chill.
Chill.
Chill. So it's like, what do you do?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, if I were one of them, I would be severely torn between pulling out and going for it. I think, though, I would lean towards still go for it at this point.
There's also the other thing. I feel like there's people like Cheese out there that are probably looking at this and thinking, how much can I make someone spend for this?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's
Right,
what
but
he's
then he
thinking.
runs the risk of getting stuck with that.
Oh,
But
and
no,
Tumble takes
146
it.
from Liberty.
You're just getting these little bully bids here and there, just people upping it by 1K at a time.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, here we go.
Just get it to 150 already.
Bang,
Come on.
Oh,
148.
jeez, man. This is crazy. All right, let's take a quick look and see what the other strikers are within the field. Let's see some other potential competitors to
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Chill.
I mean, actually, one person I haven't really mentioned yet as a new player is Ants. Ants has been putting in work
149.
on the field. And he could definitely be a very big prospect to somebody.
Right, interesting. I've not actually seen him play. I don't really know what his play style is like.
I'd say he's like a secondary striker in that you need like a sort of passer to get the ball into his hands, but he can finish very well at the
Right,
net.
so is he almost like young man Ubik sort of thing, like early days?
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I would say definitely he's reminiscent of Ubix.
Maybe not in the attitude, but perhaps in his play style.
Yeah, yeah. I'd say
No one can mimic Ubix.
yeah, yeah.
He's a man in himself.
And
So
then,
currently we're at 149 with the Trojans
Oh, Cheese is out.
holding the top dollar.
It's too
or
rich for him.
rupees.
wow, she's finally pulled out. Are we gonna break the 150K before Chill finally goes?
Who do you think is Chill? Is Tumble really trying to reminisce on that Chill Tumble vibes, or
150
here we are past the halfway point?
Tumbleweed.
It's
Goodness.
the point of no return. Whoever takes this win is going to be out of the bidding for a long time to come. I feel like.
Yeah, for sure. No, there's gonna be a lot of like high level bids.
152.
Oh no.
I bet you the
Mel's
captain's
going
chat right
for it.
now is probably going mad.
Everyone's just for time the bid goes up.
Jesus, this is nuts. So at the end, what I'll be able to do as well is I can take a look at which player was the most fought over with the number of bids, and I feel like on this fourth pick we've already got a good contender for that.
Yeah, I think definitely. I
Yeah.
think Chill's gonna be a good one. I'm prepared for Vonsky to be fought over for a while.
Yeah, for sure.
Can we go 155?
Gosh, I've got to give up at some point.
It's like it's making me feel pain
Oh,
because it's so much money. So
it
much
is-
money they're
it's
dropping.
A lot. And you think about it, they still have another 4 slots to fill after this one player too. So someone's really going to commit.
Yeah, this is going to absolutely define somebody's team entirely. You basically commit to building around Chill.
One second, I
And-
just got to jump in.
Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, actually, I think we should probably check in on what the captains are saying. I'm gonna take a quick detour real quick, and I can drag you in, Winters, if you'd like as well.
Okay.
I see the issue. I'm good.
What was wrong? What did you do?
I
discuss it.
Hello?
Good
morning.
Stream is here. They're
You guys
listening
want to
to
hear my
us.
thoughts?
They're listening to us.
Any thoughts? Basically, I'm the
Oh
egg.
my god. Oh. Oh, chill if you're listening to this. I'm sorry, dog.
All right, I think they're having a good time in there.
153.
Yeah, goodness. While we were talking, Trojans have decided to continue to go in.
154.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Okay, so I can tell you right now, we're on the 18th stage of bidding for Chill.
Wow.
Dude, this is crazy. I think this is way more.
To
This
put
is
it in
way more
perspec-
entertaining than the snake
Yeah.
draft.
To put it in
Please, what
perspective
if
as well.
Chill intentionally sucks this cup?
Yeah. So the next highest is Naroblo, which with 8 bids, 8 consecutive bids.
Wow.
So we're already over double the length, and I feel like I thought Naroblo was a long one. That was generally pretty long. Like don't often see it wrap around twice.
Yeah, I think this is wrapped around many times.
Oh yeah, people tend to put feelers out at first, and then they're out and that's it. But this has gone around and around. This is getting ridiculous.
157.
Oh,
Trojans have upped the ante.
Goodness. I mean, this is getting on levels of I did not expect this. I expected him maybe to go for like 140, 130, and people would pull out, but I mean, I think he can go. He might hit fucking 180 at this point. This is crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. God, imagine if a team knocks him out for 2/3 of their stack. That'd just be nuts.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because we're coming close to. Can we get 200K for Chill, possibly?
Oh my goodness.
So you can see the appeal then, Winters, of this
175?
format. It's different, but man, it makes it interesting.
Yeah, good call on that, man. Yeah. I was interested to see how it was going to play out. And yeah, very entertaining. And we haven't even gotten to the good part where you don't have any money left and you got to budget
Really strategize
with what you got left, which is going to be
currently everyone is very rich.
thing.
Everyone is just like, oh, I just got my payment, got my stimulus. I'm gonna go out and spend, buddy. And then I think people are gonna be surprised how fast their money goes.
Just gonna go check in.
So we'll see if Tumbleweed goes for it here. 169. We got 69,000. We could go for 169.
Oh goodness.
158.
Oh,
It's 158 from Liberty and Tumbleweed.
It's just everyone is sweating over this decision. Do I drop another? Oh my! No thought.
Mel says 160.
No.
So I think what's going to happen here is Tumble. I just went in there. I thought it was paused for a little while. What's going on is he's really mulling this over, really having to make a real conscious decision to press that bid button. But if you just saw then, Mel and Snob, no problem. They'll smash that bid button until the cows come home.
Yeah, they don't care right now. I think
it's going to go to one of those guys for sure. I think they see the value in having Chill as their front line and one of those guys as their back line. Imagine a Mel Chill combo.
Yeah, I think definitely Tumbleweed is not as committed to Chill as these other two. He's very close to breaking.
The length of time it's taking him to make those commitments, it's really telling at this point.
Yeah, I think it was funny. I mean, we went into the stream and he said, "Chill, if you're listening, I'm sorry."
I love it. I love it. Again, Tumble is just mulling this one over.
Oh, really gotta think about it. I mean, I would have to think about it.
We've really had some bully bids as well, like 5-2, 5-3, 5-4, 5-6, 5-7, 5-8.
169. There it is.
Nice.
There it fucking is.
Nice.
We've got the count at 2. 2 magic numbers today.
The magic number again. Yes, indeed.
So
with that, Tumbleweed goes back up and spends an inordinate amount of cash to do so. Maybe.
Chill's on 23 separate bids. 23.
It's 172. We have 172 from Army and Mel. It's just getting ostentatious with that shit. Wow.
Yeah, this is ridiculous currently. This is crazy.
He's going to have to carry whatever team he's on, because
I don't know at this point. At this point, it's reaching the level where I would not pay more. I think my limit would be like 175, and then
I think this is
out.
too rich for a lot of people at this point. Like, this is just. I think I
Well, it goes back to Trojans. What are they going to do here? They've gone as high as 161 earlier.
Yeah, I think honestly the worst case scenario for the league is that Army
He
gets
passes.
chill. Oh, Trojans out. Snarb is
Yep.
out. It's
Right.
it's
Right, lads.
Tumbleweed
Odds
and
on.
Mel.
Odds on.
See what Tumble
Mel.
does.
Who do we think?
Ugh, dude, Tumble is really paying a lot for
I'm banking
this
on
chill
Mel.
pick.
I think it's going to be Mel. Mel's going to take this one home. At what cost? A lot, clearly, but. Jeez, God. That's going to take him way down.
Goodness gracious! I mean, the
Now-
thing is, Mel is still not out.
Yeah, I think Mel's pretty steadfast on this one. I guess it's just a case of when is it too rich for him, but the fact that Tumble's taking this long, either he's trying to game out and see if he can push Mel even further, or I don't know. I'm not sure he's going to risk it much further at this point. Would you?
I wouldn't really go much further than this, but I mean, Tumbleweed, I think he's committed at this point.
It's always slow at the beginning. You're going to have these rich bids where it's just round and round and round we go. All right, I'm going to go in and I'm going to push Tumble to make a bid.
This is crazy.
Yeah, it's just like 3-4 people. Yeah. There's still a whole bunch on the board. No, I knew it would probably be a late night thing. I mean, I knew the mission was dangerous when I accepted it, so it's all good.
Yeah, it is it takes some time. Yeah, I think after
If you want to do a little more impulse buying, and make it speed up the process somewhat, then I won't mind a bit.
Yeah, I think maybe there should have been a timer, a time limit on deciding, like a 5-second timer on deciding.
173. Tumbleweed goes for 173.
He's done it. He's doing it.
Mel's like, no
way. Oh,
So there it is. 173. Tumbleweed
enough.
and Liberty take chill.
Wow.
Now, what was funny in that is that I jumped in, and what was taking so long is Tumble was trying to call chill. Jesus. I honestly feel like that was, maybe that was some mind games from Tumble trying to psych out Mel, and he was going to say, "I'm committing."
So that leaves Tumbleweed with 127.
Oh,
127,000.
Yeah, so
that's not a big cash stack with 4 players left.
yeah, Tumble down a couple more 10,000 than Gambit. However, only with one less player. So very
So
interested
that
to
was
see how he goes.
that was Chill with 26 bid rounds.
Goodness.
Yeah, that bid round was not chill at all.
No,
was,
it was not.
It had 0 chill
Oh,
in that
jeez.
bidding for chill. Okay, G-Lore now on the board. There's a name I remember from Hockey Question Mark. What's up?
Humble 10,000 to start.
Oh,
10,000.
G-Lore, a
Just
very
fishing
nice
out there?
player.
Yeah.
Very nice striker. As you can see in his, 21 games played, 113 shots, 35 goals, 22 assists. He fills up the stat sheet when you need him to.
Mm. Traditionally, though, he does pair well with players like Cheesemaster quite well. So
I would
Plus
say
this-
the some of the most iconic duos of the
Mm.
most iconic duos, I'd say Cheese and Jeetlore.
But I
are
have heard on the
most
grapevine
iconic.
that I think Cheese is trying to break away from his old habits. Maybe he's finally learning that his duos aren't getting him any closer to first place. They just lock him down in third.
He hasn't committed to anybody yet, and
No.
this is the first one of his true teammates that he always goes for. So I'd be surprised if he doesn't.
What one might call Cheese Team.
Yes, absolutely. Yep, he has his squad. Very classic. He'll probably go for Trunks as well.
All right, let's pull up. I'm gonna pull up the Liberty team and see what they're like. Oh, I guess between Tumble and Chill,
20,000.
pretty fair team.
Lee bid is
Okay.
20,000 for G-Lore.
Do you think Tumble then taking Chill is going to influence his team structure? Because Tumble put himself down as a striker,
Oh, absolutely.
and Chill traditionally is a striker also. Is he going to go for a real aggressive turn this year?
He's gonna have to hamstring something.
Mm.
Something on his team is going to be not as great as he might want it to be, and it depends what he wants to go for. Does he go for a really good goalkeeper still? Or does he go for good defense? Because
Yeah, but there's not many goalkeepers on the field this year.
yeah, definitely not very
Most of
many.
them are captains, honestly.
Yeah, Louis and Snarb and Mel,
Yeah,
3 goalkeepers
basically
who
all three of our
traditionally-
rookie caps are goalkeepers.
Yeah, if they weren't caps, then they would be picked very quickly due to
Oh
being
yeah,
goalies.
for sure. I'm just gonna
So
select the
Meatsail's going
goalkeepers.
to pass on G-Lore at 35,000, and it's going to be Cheesemaster taking it up to 42,000 for G-Lore now.
So yeah, if we look at the remaining goalkeepers we've got Muna, we've got Xenos, and we've got Sable. They're the 3 goalkeepers on the field. Basically, the 3 remaining slots that Meatsail, Cheese, and Tumble need to take, respectively. But who's going to get them? That's the question. Who's going to gel best with which team?
Yeah, interesting. Mel, pulling out of the Jeetlore pick very fast. He has raised in price very quickly. I would say Jeetlore, it would be okay to pay 50k for him.
Yeah, but I have a feeling maybe Mel's making a conscious decision there about chemistry, perhaps. He knows he might not play well with him, or there could be he's got a plan, perhaps, and is thinking, I'll save my cash for later on.
Very true.
Maybe he spotted a gold mine on the board. He's seen that there's a player that no one's really spoken about yet.
Actually, I actually like the Jeetlore pick for Gambit. Gambit betting on Jeetlore. They do need some pure striking. But I think No Roblo and Jeetlore could definitely pair well together.
Yeah. So
Well,
am I right
for
in thinking
cheap.
Cyber and Jeetlore have played before?
It's 50,000 now, and Cheesemaster is the leading bid.
Yeah, Cheesemaster, no hesitation on his bid.
Yeah, for sure.
I think he's committing.
Again, we've now got two rookies and 1 veteran captain, so we're back to that same situation. Are we going to see a bidding war like before?
Yeah, if Louis wants to go for him, I wouldn't say he should go too much further because he's already very stretched.
Yeah.
You know, he would leave himself. I think leaving
say that,
himself
though.
50K for each
You
player
say
is
that though.
good.
If he's technically only got a couple more slots to fill for his full roster because he needs one for his bench. So if he spends it well, he could pick up 2 players for 70K each, and then the remainder he'll have for his last player,
True.
which is just a sub, and
True.
he could pick up a rookie and train them up.
Very true. Very
He
true.
definitely has talent on his team as well to do that. So
Yeah. I mean, I think he could definitely work with it.
mm.
He's definitely
Trojans
being
are going
aggressive.
for him at 56,000.
Goodness, this is probably every bid that these people do on Cheat is probably hurting Cheese a little bit more.
59,000. He answers.
Now I will admit, in the mock drafts, there was a lot of gameplay to try and get it up to the funny number. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few times we just so happened to end up there. Just a heads up.
60,000.
I mean, we're close. We're very close. Anybody could do it at any time. They have the power.
Oh, you know what I've just realized? I didn't consider when putting this all together that this time in the mock drafts we were running with 50-player drafts, and it was six players to draft. In this one, it's only 5 players to draft, and you have the same amount of money. So I think that's why the blood is so rich this time around.
Oh, yeah, that does make sense. But I think that's good. I think it's good for them to have.
It's a lot more flexibility. It feels like this time.
Yeah, and I
He's
think it feels
master
nice.
taking it back up to 63,000, guys.
Wow.
Because I was just thinking, 150K for 4 slots. I was like, that's tight. But if you think about it, 150K for 3 slots, that's not bad.
True.
That's not bad.
Yeah, well, Trojans haven't spent any money, and they're on the board. So will they
True.
go for this, or?
But we are only up to pick number 5, so there's we're still young.
Yeah, I feel
Still
like
a lot of good players on the board there.
I feel like I don't know if this is the player that Snarb should go for his first player to like kind of build his team around.
Oh.
Like this is a good player to like supplement your team, but I don't know if I would purely
He took
go
it
for Cheat Lore.
65.
I mean, he's going for
Honestly,
it. So.
I think the best player, like probably the only player that I would argue could pick Cheat Lore as a first is Cheese, really, because of that history.
Yeah.
Whether or not it'll be positive for him, that's another question. But there's the chemistry there. You know that's going to work.
No, absolutely. Yeah, Cheese is that's the thing. You need the person to like work with Cheat Lore, and Cheese is that person. So he doesn't need to
Yeah,
pick
he's
that
talking
one.
like he's going to pass, though. I
Hey,
don't know.
Kyra, can you just look in the chat and just ban that person? Thanks.
Yeah.
And that'll do it. Snarb from Trojans has taken Cheat Lore at 65,000. Cheesemaster does pass on the pick.
Oh, Cheese is passed. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Snarb has won the bid for Cheat Lore. That's kind of big. Wow. I'm very interested, actually. I wonder what, I mean, I'm just very interested to see how these teams are gonna end up now with, I feel like the later bids will go much faster.
Yeah, for sure.
Because people really
Well,
want
they
to think
have
hard.
to, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they want to think really hard about these really good players, and they're gonna run out of money eventually. But so far, Cheese, nothing on the board. Mel, nothing on the board. They've both done a lot of betting. Haven't finished out any of the bets yet, though.
Both Cheese and Mel being a part of that absolute runaway bit of chill as well.
Yeah.
They're ready to commit the cash. It's just they keep on getting pushed out.
Yeah, they just at the very end they just don't really want to commit as much as they thought.
Ooh, this is a big one. That's interesting though. Is this Snar trying to push That is a weird one. Why is Snarl gone for Muna? Is that him trying to force her out early? Just trying to get them to spend?
I think Snarb does not want to necessarily play goalie.
No, that's going to be a tough one though, because in the grand scheme of things, there are only 6 this year. There are obviously some people that are willing to play as goalkeepers, but let me go quickly check the list and see who the other goalkeepers are.
Yeah, we've got Muna, we've got Xenos, we've got Sable.
I'll just check the
think that's
registration
it.
and just see. So there were some players that did mark themselves as potential goalkeepers. Whether or not that means they would actually be effective goalkeepers, that's another question.
Right.
So one to keep in mind is he's done it before. He has been somewhat successful, but in comparison to someone like Mel, perhaps, maybe not so much. But there's Eye in the Egg. He's put himself down as a GK. Chris, a
interesting.
newcomer, has put himself down as a GK as well. So yeah, perhaps I'm the Egg is going to become one of our up and coming stars. But it's quite a tall order to fill those boots. Being a GK is yeah. I mean, you can probably say Karo because you've been a GK from time to time, haven't you?
Yeah, I have played.
142,000
Oh my
Whoa,
goodness gracious!
That jumped up quick.
from Cheese Master.
Oh, now this is where chemistry comes in.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that is a lot of cash to throw down. Very interesting that Cheese is throwing that down. Okay. Wow. Yeah.
Is Cheese desperate to get his first player on the board?
I mean, I don't know if I would have.
He's got it. He
Ooh,
way overpaid for that. I
that's
feel
it.
like he could have probably gotten away with less. Honestly,
Oh my goodness! Why did he do that?
he pushed it from 90 to 142 in one jump.
Yeah, he just secured Muna, but at what cost?
142,000.
I mean, okay.
So,
okay, I
it's
set myself
interesting.
up.
Yeah, where Louis got 3 players to fill with 150k, Cheese has got 4 with 158. You know, he's got to really stretch it.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
Okay, well, this is going to be an interesting one. Cheese's first pick.
Yeah, what does he go for now?
We're really going to see inside the mind of the Cheese Master.
What does he want? What is his?
How is he
need?
going to scale his team?
Yeah, now that he's gotten Muna, where does he want to start building? I'm gonna guess he's gonna go for defense.
I mean, I imagine he's probably feeling quite smug because he's got his goalkeeper. You know, that's the one thing that Tumble and Meat Cell, Washington Liberty are probably kind of sweating buckets at the moment about. So they're not sure whether or not.
Yeah, I mean they gotta fight. They're gonna have to fight for Sable. At this point, you're gonna have to fight for Sable and Xenos.
1 second, I've just got to quickly go help them out with something. I will be back.
They're saying Vonsky. Will that be the pick, maybe?
Vonsky. Wow, if he.
That's who
Wow.
Muna wants.
I mean, that's another power player to get out of the way. Vonsky, very good striker, very good solo striker in specific, and you don't get very many players like that who are able to make their own shot in an effective way without being helped by passes or good play by all of your teammates. Meat Sale's one of those players, but Vonsky definitely has asserted himself as one of those players as well.
Yeah, and interesting team names this year. I know. So the last time I did one of these, they were Premiership names. And
Yeah, they were Premier
all
Cup
new.
names. Yeah, very classical names. But now this is all made by the team captains themselves, so they've got some great creative names, and I really like the lineup of teams this year. Actually,
Yeah, so that's good. You can have, you got your logos, you can have merchandise.
absolutely. Yeah, we're gonna be opening up Redbubble links in 2 minutes. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, but you can see actually Muna's stats right there: 63%, or 63 saved, and 98 face. So that's
pretty good.
basically like a 65% goalie save rate, which is very, very good. It's hard getting shots on to a goalie's net in the first place, but having a goalie who is on it really makes it very hard on your team.
Yeah, and Cheese is he was getting some sort of error, I think, and looks like he's just about to pick, maybe.
He's very much mulling it over. I mean, I would definitely think about where I'd want to take my team after spending on Muna, because he's pretty well set up in his offensive standpoint, just with himself, and his goalie is definitely set now. It's just, who does he want to go for? A
Vonsky, 100,000.
Vonsky, okay, big bid. Wow, leaving himself only with 58K bidding room.
127. It immediately goes up from Tumbleweed.
Oh, that's all of Tumbleweed's money.
That's everything.
That's all of Tumbleweed's money. Oh wait,
I
think he might be joking around, because I mean, I don't think there's any way.
Oh shit! 140,000 from Mel.
Yeah, 440,000 from Mel. Immediately raising it, so Tumble's out.
It was interesting. The comment from the guys was, if this doesn't go to 200K, then they're blowing a gasket. So they're expecting this to go sky high.
165 now.
I mean, it should go high.
Yeah, it really should.
And I mean, these three teams now, they're looking for their power player. They're looking to drop some dosh on a good player. And
wow,
I mean,
God, so Snar's really flexing that money he's got left. He's really bullying out Cheese.
Yeah.
170 from Meat Cell.
Yep, Cheese trying to make that pick, but then immediately getting outbid.
So currently, Mel is the kingmaker. He could knock everyone out and just steal Vonsky.
That is true.
Yeah, he hasn't
it would
spent
cost
any
him.
money.
It would cost him so
it would
much.
Cost him a lot, but it would be a very interesting strat.
Again, Mel yet to put a player on the board.
$175. He's taking it chill. He's slowing it down a little bit.
Another person in the chat to ban.
No. That.
184.
Oh yeah. I might be able to make
mod me.
Here, let me mod my brother real quick, because he's looking at the chat right now.
All right. And 185. Meat Cell.
Okay, Ron, if you're listening, you're mod on the YouTube stream now. Okay. Oh my goodness, what? 185?
Yeah, 185. Man.
Oh my goodness gracious. I mean, here's the thing. One of these people is going to win this pick, and one of them is going to spend a lot of money. But then the other two are still going to have a lot of money, and they're going to be able to outbid everybody. Like, they just will have the option, if they have a player they really want to drop some money on, they can just completely remove any chance of anyone else from picking them from them.
187.
Oh my goodness.
From Mel.
I mean, this one's going to go a little faster because, I mean, I think we started chill at 40,000, which was, you know, a good joke at the time, but it was obvious chill was going to go sky high of 100K, but Vonsky, honestly, I'm a little surprised he's going for so much more.
Yeah, it's like the minimum bid. We keep making eBay analogies, but sometimes you actually, if you set the price to something cheap, it makes people bid more because they think, well, you know, and also they're trying to drive the price up because, you know, the other teams are saying, well, we don't want this guy to go. for cheap. You don't want to give another team a good deal. So it's up to 188 now from Trojans.
Oh my.
And that gives Meat Cell has another chance to bid. Will he go higher than that?
I mean, he could. I wouldn't be surprised if he does. A meat sale Vonsky team would be pretty deadly. But also, they're two pretty ball-dominant players.
I'm not gonna lie, we have got some pretty sharp teeth teams out there at the moment.
Boom, 190.
If I was
Wow.
Mel, I'd be getting worried out there at the moment because
Yeah, he needs to secure some power players.
He's got to get something. He's got to get something in there.
He's going to take it to 192.
I mean, you know,
It puts the pressure on Trojans here.
You look
which
at
they've only got 235, so
like we're saying,
close
you
to
know,
the cap.
if Meatsal can get this Vonsky, that's a shutdown team. Mooner and Cheese is a good mid, and Mooner's always going to be a solid goalkeeper. You know, there's always a bit of flakiness now and then, but still is up there with top tier goalkeeping. If we just check actually and see. So Mooner's got a shot save percentage of 64%, 64.2.
Yeah, she's, I mean, one of the top goalies for sure.
Yeah.
Also, I would like to mention that Snarb is still in this, and oh man, Meat is out. Meat is out for Vonsky. This is big.
This is going to
So is
ruin
Mel
one of
going to
these
go
two
for it
boys'
at
nights.
193? Surely.
I mean, Snarb with a Vonsky and Jeetlor front line, and Snarb in goal. I mean, they could possibly win with that.
But
you know, they're gonna have to really. They're gonna have to
imagine a
scrimp.
Vonsky top tier with top tier goalkeeper. Mel being currently the highest rated goalkeeper at 65% save rate.
Yeah. So, I mean, Mel really needs this right now.
What's
if I
so
were him, I
interesting,
would go for it. But
so interesting though is that Vonsky,
He does. 194.
a player that is still extremely new on the scene. He's hasn't even participated in a previous cup at this rate. He's only participated in casual league.
yeah, actually, he has been on a couple teams in the past, but he was never fielded before.
Right? Was he always like subbed and didn't show sort of thing, or?
I don't know. He showed up for a lot of games. It's just that most of the time there were good starting lineups ahead of him that just didn't give him the chance to
Never got
shine
the
at all.
opportunity. Right? Interesting.
Like he was on France, I believe, in 2018 World Cup. Yeah, imagine that. He was on France and
God.
he wasn't played.
Imagine sitting on that for all this time and not realizing.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like I looked back and I looked back to some of those games and I said to myself, "Wow, Vonsky is on the sideline." And in casual league, he completely changed the scene. Like him on nights was a force to reckon with. If he was on, you weren't getting past them that day.
Now, God, Snar's got a big decision to make because if he commits this bid, then if he wins
does.
this,
195.
he's only gonna have 40k left in the bank. That's it. And he's
I
gonna
mean,
have to really rely on himself and Vonsky and Jeetlor combo at the front.
yeah, it's gonna be a really hamstrung team.
He's gonna have a really weak back line if he's not careful.
Yeah, like his mid defense and his defense period will just be not so great. But I mean, you could possibly make it up in those spots. Oh,
Mel
and that's
passes.
it. That's
That's it.
oh my.
Down to 40. Down to 40. Can you believe it?
40K.
Wow. Oh,
So,
I thought. Oh man.
if any of the
For
mock
what
drafts or
my
anything,
Google sheet describes as the most dangerous player right now.
yeah,
Absolutely. I would describe him as one of the most valuable players to pick. I mean, on the offensive side, the most valuable player you could pick right now. Goodness gracious, but Snarb at 40, he's going to be out of a lot of bids from now on. I mean, most of our bids have like started at like 30 to 40.
Well, Well, as we get further and further down the list, I'm sure we'll sort of start to see those kind of just fishing bids, sort of
Yeah.
starting 10k between
Well,
10
we
and
keep
20.
saying that, right? Well, any time now.
Well, we're on 7th pick. This is the 8th, so there'll be 36 picks tonight. No, sorry, 30 picks tonight.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if this is like a lose-lose situation, this Fonzie pick, because I feel like Mel really needed it, and I don't know if Snarb needed to spend that much money.
Yeah,
But-
I know what you mean. It was going through my mind as well. I mean, I'm just thinking right now, what options has Mel got? Like, honestly.
If you could throw back the list of players, I don't see it on the right side.
Yeah, sure. Just let me pull that up for you. So I've just highlighted all the strikers.
Oh, I mean, he's got Kingston, and he's
Yeah.
got some power players.
I mean, you've got people like Sono. If you combo him with the right person, Sono is always a force to be reckoned with. But
Yeah.
the thing is, it's really reliant on the setup, I think, for him. You've got to have like those feeders or like a combo player that you have up front. But it would make sense. Frog team, Mel and Sono back together again.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think if Mel can manage to get Kingston or Sono, it's pretty good, but he really could use Kingston.
Well, here's Frag on the board at 42,000.
Oh, yeah. I guess we
He's
haven't
the
mentioned.
commentator.
There you go. I was gonna say Fragger.
I think
Cheese
he's a very
Cheese
worthwhile
outbidding
player.
him.
Sorry, what were you saying, Jandra?
Just gonna say Cheese just straight up bullied Snar out of his own bid.
Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be rough for Snarb for a while. But, I mean, if you think about it, Cheese doesn't have many 50k bids left. Or 40k bids left, you know? It's going to chip away at his stuff pretty fast.
I think for either of these players, if they take a 45k, 45 plus, that's going to be a big chunk of cash for them, and they've still got 4 slots left. So,
Yeah, I mean, I
well,
think it's
more so
rough.
for Cheese actually. For Louis, it's not as bad looking at it. That's a third of his cash, and he's got 3 spaces left. So,
I think at this moment, if I were Cheese, I would pull out right now.
he doesn't. He's committing.
Oh, he's going?
47.
Okay, if I was Louis, I would pull out at this moment.
Really hamstring Cheese.
I think I don't know. I mean, here's what I'm thinking. I think I don't know. I just don't know if Frag is the player to round out Louis' squad. He needs some like pure striking, like Lawson. Lawson would be really good for Louis' team. Louis or Kingston, or even a Ubix or Ukrees would be very good. Dang, I mean, they're really fighting over Frag. I mean, he's definitely not a bad player. He's not a bad player by any stretch of the imagination. He's very valuable in the midfield and as a secondary to third option finisher. And, I mean, defender. As a defender. Oh, wait, isn't he defender?
Yeah, Frag's defender.
Oh, is he signed up as defender? Oh, okay.
He's signed up as defender.
And he will be playing for Gambit as
Oh, wow.
Louis wins bid 48,000.
No, he did sign up as a defender, but he did also register himself as a possible striker and midfielder. So there are options there.
Okay,
there's
yeah.
possibilities.
He's good at all three, so he could definitely
Yeah,
do
yeah.
each one pretty handedly.
Do you remember what his position was last time around?
I believe he was in a striker-ish position last year, or in casual league. I don't think he was a defender, unless he was a. I'm trying to think, but I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure he was a mid. Either way, I mean, his stats definitely speak for themselves. I mean, a lot of blocks, a lot of steals, a lot of assists. Ooh, starting the bid for Sono. 50k. I mean, I guess the benefit of starting it high is that maybe you might scare some people off. but washed meat sale is definitely valuing that.
Okay, I think this is one of the players that
59.
Mel should really be looking out for.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at those stats, pure striking from Sono.
Mm.
He's definitely a good passer, but in terms of like passing inside the box, he's not as valuable as some other players could be. But a very, very dangerous player when he gets the ball close to the net.
No, I'm just thinking chemistry-wise in terms of Mel and any of these remaining strikers that we have left on the board. So, we're looking at people like Ubix, Yui, Demon, Kingston, Lawson. I feel like he could probably work well with Kingston, but Kingston is quite an old-school player in his style. So you're going to have to build a team around that, I think.
Yeah, definitely Kingston has his kind of set style. He's very good at it.
Yeah, he's not as showy as some of the strikers that we've got that are sort of more modern. He's sort of more conserved and more work, sort of almost like a midfielder / striker in that sense.
Yeah, he more so he's not really a striker who would take the ball up and score solo. But he would
75K.
Oh wow. I mean, this is going up
really
fast.
valued.
Meat sale pulling out 75K. He says, "Too much for me."
God, this Gambit team is looking frightening.
Yeah, I gotta say, the Gambit team does actually look pretty good. Louis has very good days in goal. Cyber, all around great defender. Frag and T-Bone can definitely make it happen in the offense. I mean, last year, I think T-Bone definitely proved with some other players that Radiant could score, They didn't really have any pure striker players, but Radiant still managed to score a lot of goals.
Something we didn't spot, Cairo.
Huh?
Guess who's got the counterpart to Sono?
Who?
Cheese. He's got Muna.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
So I think this is going to be a hard-fought battle.
Oh, you're right. Okay, yeah, I guess that would be true. Mina is probably in Cheese's ear asking for Sono right now because they definitely do. I mean, any player goes well with Muna, to be fair.
Yeah. There's a good synergy there.
Mel.
Yeah, Mel's going to be going for this one.
80. Goodness.
I mean, he's got cash to burn.
I mean,
he
does.
He has the highest cash stack on the table at the moment. Even with 80, it wouldn't take him too far below meat sale. So, there's a lot of headroom for him there.
I mean, he's definitely got big cash stacks to burn.
He's got spaces to fill, that's for sure.
Yeah. I'm very interested in how this is turning out. Like, you can see the difference
85.
You can see the difference in which captains are much more aggressive and which captains are much more held back in their bidding. Oh, Scalar's passed.
Though.
Who we got?
Now, I feel like Mel could just end this now, bid 103 and be done with it. Or
he takes to 88.
Or what Louis might do is absolutely bleed him dry and take him all the way to 103.
I mean,
make him pay.
I mean, but definitely
it's a risk. But
Mel could just be the bully he's been for this entire time and just keep making people spend so much money.
But
and he hasn't spent anything yet.
If Louis did pick up Sono, I'm not really sure about the team comp. I think it might do well. You got Noro and Sono together. That's quite a nice little combination there. And Cyber and Frag, that's a great back line.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, that's a really solid team. You've got Louis in your goalkeeper. You got Noro and Frag. Oh, Frag is sort of, I guess, a midfielder, but Noro and Sono up front. Frag is your mid, and Cyber is your defense.
That's pretty.
I can't really fault that.
Speed,
I really can't fault that. The only thing I'll be watching out for there is just chemistry, seeing how the players sort of match up.
I mean, they haven't really. T-Bone and Louis have played together plenty of times, but I think T-Bone is definitely good at getting his team to connect with him and being able to
I can't see there being much drama going on there.
Yeah.
Well, they're going back and forth on this one.
Goodness, they're gonna really fight over him.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, this is a win-win situation for Louis. It's gone the other way. If he gets him, great. If he doesn't, well, he's just bled bled Mel dry for 103k.
Yeah, and I mean, you can look at the
Look at
stats.
these.
Sono
Jeez.
scores almost a goal every 2 shots.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting bully bids right now. It's just one upping each other.
Yeah.
Man, they're just gonna keep going.
They are. It's not going to stop.
Come on, Mel. Just raise it to 102 already.
So if Louis does get the pick, then who do you think he's going to make as his last pick? Because that will clean his cash stack up.
I mean, it might.
God, we could have a captain done with their team within the first 10 picks.
That's actually insane. I mean, that is the nature of the draft format. It can happen.
Yeah, it can happen. It can happen.
Trading bids on this one, just 1,000 at a time.
Louis is not going to let this one go. I think he's going to take him all the way. He's going to take it to the edge.
He can go as high as 103k, and
I think he knows that Mel needs this. Mel really does need this.
Gosh, I mean, I'm on the edge of my seat for every one of these bids.
that's a little gamesmanship. Yeah, it's the game within the game. How much of the season will be decided tonight?
I guess Louis is really mulling it over right now. Oh, nope. We got the one up. There you go. There it is. God.
Thought that hard just to do it again, huh?
So we still got some pretty big names left on the board then, even though, we've got some pretty solid teams out there and good little combos.
There it is. There's the 103.
There it is. Yeah.
And
He was done.
wow.
He was
He
done
just
playing
said-
games.
He just pulled out. He's like, you know what? I'm done with that. Let's just do it. And that's
Let's not mess
the
around.
that's the advantage of Mel. Mel's slow bidding style. He's getting it to where, these people with not so much room, they don't really have so much room to bet over him. And then when everyone else pulls out, it's just him left with a huge cash stack.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what his pick is, because if you look across the board, we still got some pretty decent players out there. I mean, you're looking at people like you've got your Ancors, you've got your Matts, you've got your Kingstons, you've got your Lawsons, you've got your Kairos, your Jenners.
I mean, you
There's
got
all sorts.
Encore.
There's so many
Caden.
options. Yeah.
There's a lot of really strong defenders still on the board. There's a lot of
Yeah.
really good strikers on the board.
I think right now what Mel should be looking at is trying to shore up that middle ground for himself, because you've got Sono, like we said, he's a great striker, but he does need that support. I think he needs it takes two to tango in that case. God, this is weird. Goalkeepers bidding goalkeepers.
Yeah, I don't really know what the deal is with that. I think Mel just has. Oh, you know what? I guess it is a strategy to try and you pick the big people first, and he knows he's not going to pick him, but everyone's going to fight over it, and someone's going to lose a lot of money as a result.
So he's just trying to bleed the pack.
So he's doing a really slow burn.
And now he's out of risk, because all the other teams could have passed on him and he would have been stuck with him, but
they're going to double that bid. Yeah.
Now he's got him. So let's just take a look real quick at Trojans and just check. Yeah, so if Snar doesn't want to be a GK, then this could be an opportunity. If you can pick up Sable. Sable's listed himself as a GK this year.
I mean, Sable for 40k, I'd say that's a bargain.
I don't think these other guys are going to let it go that easy.
I don't think so either, but
No.
I think Meat Sale and Tumbleweed got to go for Sable.
I think there's also the other thing as well that Sable is a goalkeeper. He's reliable. He might not be the best out there, but he is reliable. And the other added benefit is he's flexible. You can play him outfield as well if you really need to. So
yeah, definitely. You could.
Perhaps that's an option that he's thinking of strategically. If he decides to keep him on the board, then between him and forget that plan. Meat's already bid him out.
Well, there you go. And that's the Vonsky pick, showing its ugly head again. Getting Smart picked out.
I think Mel will drop out of this one, and he's going to leave it between Meat Cell and Tumble, and those guys will fight it out because they're still both looking for their goalkeeper. Mel's already goalkeeper, so unless Mel's trying to look for some capital, and he wants to try and use Sable as a chip in the trades. Nope, he's out. So yeah, we're down to meet Sale and Tumble. Here we go.
He's out. Dang.
Called it.
I mean, I did not expect Mel to bet very much on Sable.
No.
I feel like the other teams would take
yeah,
advantage of that.
I think you're 100% right in saying it's a strategy on Mel's part to try and draw those necessary plays, especially a goalkeeper as well. Like looking at on the board right now, the last option that we've got realistically is Xenos as a goalkeeper.
Yeah, and he really hasn't played very much at all.
He is an absolute class goalkeeper. You can't deny it. Like
I mean, he's really good if he practices, but he hasn't practiced for a long time.
If you look at Tsunami, for example, when he was playing for Tsunami in the casual league, yeah, the team had a really tough time. But the thing is, though, is that he was
they were really close to winning.
Fortress. They weren't far behind. And they were he was a fortress and kept those goals out of the way and kept the goal difference at bay. Really.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, he was definitely helping them out a lot.
He's also a veteran player too, so wealth of experience for whoever picks him up. But again, the two captains that need him are also veteran players, so.
And we got Washed and Liberty in a bidding war. Cheese caught in the middle.
Washed with the advantage as well with the cash stack.
Yeah, definitely. Misa with the power here to outbid Tumbleweed, but I don't think he's going to want to spend 127k.
No, but Tumble has to think carefully here because he's got 127k to fill 4 more slots.
Yeah.
Whereas Meat Cell's got a really big advantage right now with the highest cash stack on the table.
Absolutely.
So this could be a case of maybe Meat's going to try and edge him upwards just a bit more.
I mean, these are the two teams that absolutely need this pick.
I guess it's just a case of whether or not they're going to... Do they want Sable or Xenos? That's their decision at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Who do they think they're going to work better with? Or is Meat Cell going to try and develop a new goalkeeper this year, like he's done in the past?
I guess, yeah, that is a classic thing for Meat Cell to do, is sometimes just ignore the goalkeeper position entirely. Not a very non-classical strategy for most captains, and just try to bring up his own goalie from a rookie. And it's worked many times. You know, he's done it in South Korea, and he's won that year. He did it for Casual League. He did it for Premier Cup.
No, he didn't. It wasn't Casual League.
He wasn't in
Manchester.
I meant Premier League. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, it's a thing he does very often.
I mean, you know, even though he didn't win in the Premier League, he got to the we got to the finals, and out of it, an excellent goalkeeper who is now a captain.
Yeah. So it's a thing he could definitely feel comfortable going back to in this draft. We got Tumble really thinking about his pick though.
Maybe he's calling him.
He's calling Sable. Sable.
I actually think Sable is in that room at the moment. Do we want to jump in there and just see what they're talking about?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna be honest, it's dead silent in here.
Well, I mean, none of us are involved in this bid at this point. We're just
The
waiting.
tension has risen. It's just me
Okay.
and Tumble staring silent at each other.
I can't even bid anybody anymore, so.
Go on,
Wow.
kiss.
Peace. Ooh.
I told you 50k, and it's yours, and you put it to 49 still.
I know.
I mean, that's fine. I don't know. You don't trust me?
Morning, 44. Why would I ever trust you in this
Is
situation?
50 too high for Sable Tumble? Will I
It's
pass?
a situational.
50 over Will I pass next? Will I pass next turn? And you'll be sorry about it. So,
No, I wouldn't be sad for getting a goalie for only 50,000.
damn, dude, pass. I wasted 50k here. Fuck.
Oh, true.
Yeah, fuck.
Yo, if you put
Pass.
it that
Oh,
way.
I'm so fucking mad about it.
Not like you're also gonna get Xenos for 50. I feel like whoever gets Sable will get Xenos for basically the same price.
You might be right. All you gotta do is outbid Snar.
At this point, sure. I mean, that's pretty easy.
He said 40K. That's not that hard.
Guy cut the tension with a knife in here.
Yeah.
True.
Come on, man. I already know my next decision. Just do one of yours.
That's crazy.
I mean, you need to go there at some point. Okay, cool.
Let's fucking go. My next decision.
Wow. Big stuff there.
All right. Yeah, that was. Jeez.
Big stuff there. Very interesting.
Mixel was very pleased that he got that win.
Yeah, I could tell. He was saying, oh, yeah, you could just... Oh, Tumble, you should just definitely just pass. Oh, I can't believe I spent 50K. He really wanted Sable.
I think he probably got quite a steal there, honestly.
Yeah. I
Tumble
think...
probably could have pushed him.
Yeah, I think Tumble definitely could have kept pushing him for sure. Because, but
things
also...
starting to pick up, though, as we get down and people start really spending money.
I think the other thing as well is that Mixel really came out on top on that one because he's now got 3 slots to fill with 194 in the bank. So yeah, he can do this sort of stuff.
Yep.
There you go. There it is.
Yep, this is a big
Starting
player.
out at 70,000 for
Oh,
Angkor.
and again, we can have a knight situation again, an Angkor Sable combo. We know how sort of deadly that can be,
Yeah, definitely.
especially when they play Sable out in the field.
Yeah, I mean, Miso could definitely go the route of having a rookie goalie on the sidelines, which would be very big because Sable is not just valuable as a goalkeeper, but also valuable outside of goal. So
Yeah.
it's great to sometimes your players can elevate themselves in situations where they swap out. And Sable definitely did that a lot on the Knight squad. I mean, Angkor, I'm not surprised if people go pretty high on this guy. He's one of the better... I mean, I think he's a very, very good defender. Like, that's his absolute strength. But he also can be effective in the midfield position. I think he signed himself up as a striker, though.
Which player?
Angkor.
No, he signed himself as a mid.
Oh, okay. All right.
Let's
Yeah,
see
okay.
where he
I
is.
forgot the difference between the mid and the striker.
So yeah, he's actually very middle of the field. He's a defender and midfielder.
Yeah, I'd say he leans much more to defender than
Yeah, I
midfielder.
think we saw him playing more defender style when it was casual league.
Yeah, and
Wow, and Meat's
And
just
he's going to be
absolutely
on
storming that
Meatsel's
one.
team.
wow.
So 2 picks in a row. Another person, by the way, for your brother.
Okay. Here, Jamjar, can you talk in chat, actually, so I can mod you?
Can you do?
Wait, maybe I can do... Shoot. Nah. It's fine.
Meanwhile, Lawson on the board.
Oh, Lawson
Meatzel
on the board.
starts at 40,000, and Cheesemaster has it at 60,000.
This is big. I think Lawson could be very big to whatever team he goes to. He can really change a team from a defensive team to a very offensive heavy team. Like, he puts so much pressure if you put him and another effective passer in the box, it's so much pressure for the enemy team. And it takes and having so much pressure on the enemy's defense makes your defense work a little bit easier. And it looks like, yeah, everyone is seeing the value. Oh, except for Louis passing on Lawson when actually, I think adding Lawson to that team would be deadly.
Well, I don't think he's got a home, honestly. I'm not sure.
Who, Lawson?
Well, I say that Frag's a pretty versatile player. He can play up quite well, and he did play up last time he was in his last team. So maybe
70,000.
a Frag Noro combo wouldn't be terrible. And again, still Cyber, one of our top tier defenders, sort of holding that back line with Louis.
Yeah,
Louis,
very true.
Not Louis, perhaps maybe not being one of the strongest goalies, but still a respectable number. He's at least over 50% save rate.
Mm-hmm.
Well, back down to Mel and Meat Sale.
I think Meat Sale. If I were Meat Sale, I would definitely go for Lawson.
I was going to say, looking at this team structure, that at first when he drafted Monaco, I wasn't too sure what his direction was with this, but I thought, is he going to tend away from the usual quite aggressive team setup he builds? But this time, no, it's gone right back to where we all expect it to be. You know, a Meat Cell, Sable Anchor, Lawson situation. That's pretty lethal on the field, I'd say. I think Mel's really mulling this one over. It's interesting. Cheese, Tumble, and Mel all only one player on the board. So the herd's thinning. They've got to make decisions soon, otherwise they're going to be picking up scraps.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Some really high tier players have been drafted so far.
Yeah, I mean, Cheese has only got one player. Mel and Tumble only got one player. It's gonna thin out way faster than I think they might expect.
And arguably right now, one of the strongest teams coming from one of our rookie captains, Louis.
Oh yeah, I would definitely agree.
He's a real contender right now.
I think it looks pretty nice so far.
He ups the bid to 74,000.
Oh my!
Mel makes the bid for Lawson.
I mean, yeah, Mel, no hesitation. He's going for Lawson. Meat,
So
no
is Meat
hesitation.
Sale.
Meat really thought about the last one, but this one he was just no hesitation at all. I would be very happy to have. If I were Meat Sale, I'd be very happy to get Lawson, but I think.
And he does.
He gets him. He gets him. Wow.
That's a pretty good team there.
That is a team and a half. I will say I would be afraid to play that team. Wow. Very nice. And Meat Sale is down to 24K, so he's done most of his spending.
And quite quick succession as well. He's got 10th, 11th, and 12th, one after the other. So
I'm really surprised Mel didn't push him a little bit more on that Lawson pick.
We do tend to see this actually quite a lot. We found out a few times in the test drafts that we had a little sort of groupings like this, where it's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 sort of thing. Little groupings here and there.
So Meat buys 5 players and still has some change in his pocket as Fire Demon gets on the board now. He's going to go ahead and bid 10,000 for him.
Minimum blind. Let's see. He's really setting that bar low.
Wow. Okay, she said, no thank you. Not even going to try for that one. A little rude. I'd say Fire Demon is a underrated player. He was a very valuable offensive asset to DC Grifters in Casual
I'm
League.
not going to lie. Looking across the field, I'm getting worried. I'm getting worried about Cheese and Tumble here. There's not many players left for them to pick from.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm not seeing much synergy on the board for them. There's a few here, but it's
It's gonna be interesting. I feel
They're
like
going to be fighting over the same players for sure.
there's gonna be a couple people at the end who are gonna go for low bids, and I don't think they should feel bad about it
No,
because
they're just going to be steals.
No, it's a
Absolute
matter of
steals.
budget. Yeah, you've only got so much to spend, and everybody kind of got frisky with the spending there at the beginning, and so we're
I
at the end game here where it's just
people a bit
not
more
much
coy
wiggle
now.
room.
Yeah,
for
I
this
think
stuff.
I think that's the thing is people may be saving the players they don't want to draw too much attention to.
Ah,
yeah, there could be people who don't want to really put their hand out yet because I mean you're not really sure what Mel's team is gonna look like yet. You're not entirely sure what Humble's team or Cheese's team is gonna look like yet. They basically have for Cheese you have a striker and a goalkeeper. For Army,
Well,
you got a striker,
I would argue
goalkeeper.
Cheese isn't really a striker. He's probably more like a mid strike. He's a little bit further back.
Well, yeah, I would also agree. I think Cheese he needs someone to pass to finish.
Yeah.
He needs someone to take a little bit of heat off of him, so he's not being like triple teamed in the box.
Exactly. I think he likes to think of probably he needs an equal, someone that he can bounce backwards and forwards with quite well.
Yeah, I mean he doesn't have Jeetlore this time, so
Chill and Tumble, that's a classic combination.
yeah, they're pretty good on the offensive. I mean they're set.
Formidable. They've got a lot of history, but I think the thing is though, you can only do so much though with a strong front line. If that ball gets past them, well, where does it go from there? Straight in the goal.
Oh, this is an interesting situation here. Washed betting his maxed amount. Meatsail trying to cash out here on Fire Demon.
I don't know what Mel's decision, thought process is here. He's bombing out of these bids, these low bids with the highest cash stack so easily. They let him get away with it. That's it.
Yeah.
So that,
oh man, you know what? I don't know if that's a. I don't know if that's
that's Washed's team built. That's it. They've got all 5. They're done.
I think that's a pretty dang good team.
So now that Washed has got their full 5, and what a clean spend. He spent all of his money perfectly.
Yeah.
He's got 0 left in the bank with a full stack.
Amazing. 0k left. Wonderful.
Jeez. So next up, we're going to have Cheese. So with these rules now, once you've picked all of the players, you can no longer participate in the bids. So it's going to go to Cheese as the next picker. Based on the draft order. So.
Oh, okay. So now that Wash is done, we're actually going to have a little bit less time in between cycles.
Less players, less teams to make decisions.
Very nice. Very nice.
I wonder what Cheese Meatcell's thinking right now about his team.
I mean, I think Meatsail, if I were him, I would feel great. I think he came out roaring. This is an insane team that he got. I mean,
he didn't overspend too much on anyone. Maybe he spent a little bit over on Anchor, but even then, he's still pretty highly rated player.
Yeah, I'm surprised people didn't fight over Fire Demon at all. I mean, I think 24k is a steal for him.
I think it was a big mistake on Mel's part to turn that down.
Yeah,
that was a missed opportunity there.
Yeah, I think he should have taken Fire Demon for 25k.
Yeah.
That would have been really good for his team.
Definitely as the cash leader as well. Like he could have dominated that bidding process.
I mean, that would have been nothing to his cash stack at this point.
God, again, Kingston and Mel's just out. What?
Wow.
Has he got a plan?
I don't know who he's going for.
I'm looking at this board, and
you guys said he was a rookie captain, right?
He is, but he's got experience of playing in lots of teams, and he knows what makes a team tick. He's a goalkeeper, so in that position, you tend to be able to stand back and watch the team play out and understand the field a lot better than maybe someone that's sort of middle of the pack and just sort of sees their corner or their quadrant.
Yeah, I played goalie for many years in hockey, so yeah, in like real life hockey.
I mean,
but yeah.
Dude, this could be big.
Louis... Is he just gonna go crazy and just try and outbid Is he just trying to wait it out or something?
I don't know.
It seems like it's Cheese and Mel are just playing chicken.
Yeah, I don't really know what the deal is with Mel, and I mean, I guess we gotta talk about Tumble too. He's really not going for anything either.
Hey, Sable's just said if you mod him on the stream as well, he can help out.
Look.
Oh, he just put a message in.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, Gambit, their last pick, or last potential pick. Let's see who they go for.
Yeah, I mean.
So, like
Oh,
we were
whoa,
saying
whoa, whoa,
earlier,
whoa, 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 whoa.
yeah, Gambit picked up
He-
Kingston.
He got the Kingston pick? What?
He got the Kingston pick. Now, Kingston pick, I think, is an interesting one in the sense that, like we were saying earlier, he's a bit of an old school player. There's quite an old dog team looking at it though, because you got Frag, you got Kingston, you got Noro. They're all three old players or people that are older in the community. They've been with us for a long time. I think there could be quite a positive team, which is going to be nice to see.
Yeah.
But for sure, I think we're going to see that Noro and Kingston. They'll be leading that pack, and then
Wow.
you'll have Frag and Cyber in that middle ground, and then Louis on that back line. Now it's just got to fill that bench. That's their goal right now.
That's insane. That's an insane team. I would be very happy about that.
I think he's done really well. I think he's done really well this draft. He hasn't overspent too much either. He's done pretty well. He's conserved his cash. 48k for the last person.
I mean, he's still got 48k to drop on another player. I mean,
yeah.
If we were worried about Louis at first, but dang, he's really actually done well.
I think definitely Washed and Gambit are two teams to look out for.
Yeah, goodness gracious.
I think really what it's going to be down to, I feel as though, is going to be leadership styles and how the teams sort of intermingle and work together.
Yeah. I'm very excited. I mean, here's the thing. We have three teams basically that we don't know what they're really going to look like yet.
Mm.
It feels like... Here's the thing that makes me a little bit worried. We've been picking power players, and all these power players have mostly gone to Washed and Gambit. What does that mean for the future,
There's one thing picking,
guess...
putting all the power players in one place, but the stage is only so big. Like you can only have so much attention with the ball for one player at a time, sort of thing. So yeah, there's a lot of power players in these teams, but is that going to work out? Is the chemistry going to be there? Or is it just going to be quite a scrappy team? You've got a lot of strong plays that you can do individually, but ultimately the best teams we've seen are those that can play the ball up the field just like that. Like it's without breaking a sweat.
Yeah.
Here's Stealthy Jenna.
We're bringing Jenna into the lineup.
This is who I was waiting for. I thought she was a bit of a dark horse in the sense that everyone was keeping quite quiet about her.
Actually, yeah, that's true. We haven't really talked about Stealthy Jenna in any of the lineups yet, but I mean, she's a big power player for the mid and the defensive position.
I would say I tend to always see her as more defender, but she's signed up as a midfielder this year, which is interesting. So
yeah, she did some work
in scrims and things. Yeah,
in DC Grifter, she played some more offensive mid and defender, and
yeah.
I think she can definitely be effective in both positions for sure. 35.
Trojans bidding strong, 35,000.
Yeah, I guess I forgot that Snarb is he's at 40k and he needs 3 slots still. He is 5k away from being bid out of this player. So, I mean, it's not looking too flexible for Snarb right now.
Yeah, now we're starting to see these guys that still have money left. They can kind of leverage that against these other guys. And there's Mel taking it up to 37,000, precariously close to that 40k and then that 48k.
Mm-hmm. Goodness gracious. What does Gambit want to do? Does Gambit want to try and go for Jenna as its last player? It definitely would be not a bad player to round out your team with. Jenna, definitely worthy of being a starting player, and it's not a bad issue to have where you have 6 starting players on your team,
Oh, sure.
Having that good bench to rely on to give you that depth and maybe some different skill sets in different situations is intensely valuable.
again, I think this is going to be a Mel and Tumble thing. Mel has been in so many
He's been
good
in like
opportunities.
so
but
many of the bids for so long. Yeah, but he's never
real
committed.
worried about this team. Yeah, Snar's throwing his purse out, seeing if he can try and get it. I know we've talked about the other teams, being worried about their cash stack, but really, I think the one to look at the moment is Snar. He's only got 40k, and he's still got quite a few slots to fill.
Yeah, and Tumble immediately said, "Snarb, I don't even want to worry about you. I'm taking it out." Oh, and he's got it.
Mel's out. Mel's out.
Mel did it again. Hold the rug out from under us.
Now, the one thing that will be interesting is, are we going to see a Jenna Matt combo? That's what I want to know.
That
That's
could be
always
interesting.
A classic little sort of pal combo there. So
Dang. I mean, Jenna for 41k, not a bad pickup for Tumble at all. Not too much to spend. Very worthwhile player, starting caliber player. So, and also fills out their defense, so that's very good.
I definitely think there's a lot of synergy there as well between those three players. There's history, I feel like.
Yes, absolutely. Wow, I'm just like, I feel like it's crazy how stacked it has been for some teams winning bids and other teams not. It's way more like of a curve than I expected.
Well, Tumble's just broken his dry streak of pick 4 to pick 15. He's been out of contention for quite a while.
Oh yeah, that's very true.
But, that makes sense because he did blow 173k on chill. So, and now him of all people, he's got another 3 slots to fill with 80k.
And let's talk about Eucharist here. Winter's mentioning that Eucharist being on the board here. If we look at his stats I don't think tell the entire story. As he was a player for Tsunami, in his rookie year, or his quote unquote rookie year on the Tsunami Casual League team, and he was a big part of helping his team get close to wins. They weren't able to get over the hump, but he was a dangerous player on the striker side. Wow, we've got Scalar's already saying, I don't even care. I'm not even going to think about it at 35k. Kind of interesting. I'm not sure what the deal is with I think if you have the room to pass, or you have the room to bet those small bids, then you might as well take it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, you're playing with house money at that point, so might as well put the pressure on the others.
I'm just going to quickly duck into the chat. One sec.
Yeah, let's go take another look.
Sometimes they just switch. It's really weird. Like they'll bug out.
Well,
there was a Grifters one earlier. Well, it's Oz's team.
Oh, I see what's happened.
Meanwhile, this bid is gone. He's going all in. Louis is with 48k.
Yeah. Goodness, yeah, Louis is definitely going for it. I mean, adding Eucharist to, goodness. I mean, if Mel pulls out of this one, I don't even know what to say, because he could really use Eucharist on his team. It would be
That's right, Mel. We're calling you out in front of
you. It would be a huge pickup. I'm just saying.
I'm not taking the
Oh wait, am I still in the
Mel's gonna win.
Oh Jesus, I'm in the captain's chat.
Let's go bounce back. Yeah.
Oops.
Sure.
I'm gonna stop influencing now. My bad. I gotta remember to mute myself when I go in there. I'm gonna be banned. I'm gonna be blacklisted because I just tampered with the good of the draft.
Oh,
I mean,
well, if it sped things up, that's fine because Mel will pick up another player here.
yeah, I mean, I think either way it was an obvious pickup. Like letting Louis get away with Eucrease, I mean, his team would be an offensive powerhouse then with another good striker and finisher in their midst. I mean, it would basically be another 6 starting players, like 6 very good starting quality players for his team. And Mel picking up Eucrease, that makes his offense much better, definitely. Sono and Yui could definitely be a very deadly duo together out in the field. I'm interested to see, out of who all is left, who will go next. I'm not sure who the next pick is.
Yeah, I guess it's up to Mel. Start the bidding. He has the golden rupee or whatever.
Yeah, the golden rupee. He's got the golden rupee, and it's not worth much. But he's getting some players for it. Who do we got left? We got Matt left. Very good defender. Trunks left. Very good striker. We've got
Waldo. Shout out to Waldo.
Oh, we've got Waldo. Yep, Waldo. Classic player. Waldo actually, fun fact, the only player to have played in every single cup in history.
That's awesome.
Yep, he was there for the very first one, when it wasn't even like a serious thing at all, and he's been there since. And he's come back again.
Oh, I'm told Tumble also played in every cup. Okay.
Oh, Tumble did? Okay, I was not sure.
Yeah, we've had a few. Yeah, I can go find out actually exactly how many have been in there.
Would that be you too, Jamjar? Or wait, no. Yeah, you've only played one.
No.
I mean, you've been involved in
I've
everyone.
participated and been involved, but I haven't played in every single one. No way.
Well, any amount is impressive. The community that keeps this thing going. I mean, like I said, this is a pretty old game. I mean, this goes pretty far back and pretty thriving community for that. I mean, all this stuff we're looking at, this fancy draft system and filling out full teams that will be playing against each other in the 2021 Summer Cup.
Yeah,
I believe that's what it's called, yes?
Yeah, the 2021 All Star Summer Cup, and
Yeah.
and I mean, it's if you looked at the 2013 year, nothing would look the same. You know, back in the day, you just submitted teams, you picked whoever you want, nobody cared about balance. It was just you show up, and most people who signed up actually didn't show up for that initial tournament.
Yeah, we had 2 teams that basically, one team that half of them showed up, played for 15 minutes, and then was like, we forfeit. That was an interesting one.
Mel can't pick right now.
I guess that's my bad. Let me just force that. Took my eye off the ball for a second there.
We'll see who he goes with.
So, T-Bone is a player that has done all 5. Let me just actually do count 5.
Yeah, after this cup, this would be my 3rd cup. Oh, we've got Trunks on the board. Power player. Very good player. Breakout player, I'd say, for Radiant. You know, he got his chance to start as the second option, or essentially the first option on Radiant for scoring, and he really helped out. And he did his job. He scored some goals and kept Radiant in the game. So I'm interested to see what we're gonna go for, or how much people are willing to spend for him. I'd say Cheese. Cheese has got to think about winning some bids. I mean, it's his last bid he won was number 6. We're on 17 right now.
Yeah, he's
So
still got plenty of money, the most of any of the captains. So
yeah, after that last bid from Mel, Cheese takes over the top spot in terms of cash. He did. I think he has mentioned before that he wanted to go for Trunks, and Jeetlor, but I mean, we've seen he doesn't. He's not that loyal, so he will be definitely willing to let Trunks go if he thinks he's spending too much. Ooh, Snarb, just putting it out there. Just
all
give me a
in,
player. Just give me anything.
all in on Trunks, 40,000. He is immediately raised to 48,000. Cheese Master.
Oof. Yep. And Snarb is out as
Spending
well
some
as
money,
Gambit.
maybe.
Yeah, Cheese takes out Gambit and Trojans with that pick. Or with that bid.
So
Liberty
it's up to Mel.
blowing out. Mel, what is he thinking about it?
He will pass, and that'll do it for Trunks.
Oh, there you
He's
go.
going to Cheese's team, the Scalers.
Just as I say it, Cheese
Scaling
finally
now.
wins his bid. And he's got one of his classic players, Trunks.
I was gonna say it's definitely
Uh-huh.
a Cheese team player right there.
Yeah, that is a
I've
classic
ever heard
Cheese
one.
team. And we'll
It's
see
vintage Cheese.
who
Definitely.
wants to go for the next player. Or which player went for next. It's looking like Cheese is needing some defense. Humble needs some. He needs a goalie. He needs Xenos at some point.
Whoever lobbies for it the most in chat, I suspect, might. Oh, here's something. Yep, Cairo.
Oh boy,
Oh, it's our
it's
boy.
me. Cheese
I've
is
heard of
starting the
him.
bidding on me at 20K. I don't know. It feels weird describing myself, but
Well, apparently you have great all-around ability and a balanced play style, man. So you got that going for you, which is nice.
yeah, I think I'm a pretty good offensive mid, and I can definitely play defense if I need to. I'm not an entirely great solo finisher, but in terms of passing, I can definitely help your team. And if you can get the ball to me, I can finish.
Is this a dating video or?
Yes. This is my profile.
48,000
Oh, man.
from Mel.
Was that your opener? No, it's an upbid.
Wow.
Yeah, he doubled it. They doubled the bid.
Now we're just
Jeez.
going in.
Does it give you a good feeling, man?
I mean, I guess so. Yeah. For 8,000
That you're at
whole
least
rupees.
worth 48,000 rupees to somebody.
Yeah. Oh, Cheese is passing. What does Tumble think about it? Tumble passes. I'm going into the army. I'm getting drafted. For real.
Yeah,
Honestly-
I want to pry too much into your feelings about the captains or whatever. You know, I don't want to play with that guy. So, well,
Oh.
it looks like you're playing for Mel.
Yep, I'm
Who
playing
won
for
the
Mel.
bid? 48,000. There you go.
There it is, 48K for me, and I am
Looks
now
like you've been drafted, bud.
an Army Frog.
To be fair, I wouldn't mind wearing that kit.
It's a
not a
pretty
bad
nice
kit.
jersey. I will say it's probably my favorite jersey, so I'm pretty hyped
Yeah,
about
actually,
that.
out of the ones we got this year, which one would you how would you rate them? How would you rank them?
I mean, if we look back here, I mean, we got some very, very nice looking jerseys this year. I'd say they're some of my favorites. I mean,
And of course, they're all available in the BCS shop if you're interested in supporting your favorite team.
I wish.
yeah, we got. I mean, I really do like the aesthetic of Army, and I mean, I could probably say my second favorite is Gambit, with that nice golden color. I'm not sure after that. I mean, they're all pretty good. I'd say they're all tied after that.
One of the things I really love about the kits is the attention to detail. T-Bone went in on them. We were saying earlier on that we think that this year in particular, all the kits have got some great personality behind them, with their sort of styling and looks and details. Like if you go zoom in a little bit closer on the Gambit kit, I think what the goal is each team member will get their own custom chess piece for their logo and their number. So you can have the goalkeeper as the rook and your defender as the bishop and all that sort of stuff. So
Yeah,
it's
that'll
definitely
be
going to
super
be
cool.
definitely going to be quite cool looking when you see them all lined up.
Yeah, I mean,
Here
I
we go with dumb math. Already
think,
up to the
Oh,
40K
okay.
limit for Trojans.
yeah,
As
big
far as they
bids.
can go.
Here we
Snarb
go.
is just telling people, hey, listen, if you want me to have it, let me have it. I'm not sitting here and waiting. And Cheese again, just the bully bid, bringing it up to 48K. Man, this 48K
So yeah, it's
is
Texas Hold'em style. It leaves the big boys at the table, financially speaking, at the very least.
Yeah.
So if I was to ask you guys, who do you think was the second highest rated bid or second highest number of bids for a player? Can you recall? Because I think it might surprise you.
I would guess Vonsky.
No,
Who was it?
it was Sono.
It was Sono. Yeah, I mean, Sono did
Ah.
take a while.
So we got Chill at 26, we have Sono at 20, and then just behind them is Jeetlaw and Vonsky tied at 16.
Wow.
And then after that, it's all low, the low single digits. But yeah, it's interesting seeing sort of how it's playing out.
Yeah,
The
well, that
number of
was
bids.
something everybody was wondering about before this thing finally took place, and yeah, it's the results are very fascinating, and got some good teams as a result, good competitive teams that'll
Well,
be interesting to match up against each other. And now Tumble is going to take this one at 49,000, maybe. It's up to Mel to counter,
I feel like Liberty could use Dumb
and he
Matt,
passes.
definitely.
yeah,
But
I think.
also, I wouldn't mind having Dumb Matt on my back line. Well, I guess I guess I'm not gonna have him. Oh well, that's fine.
I think Tumble really wants Matt for that synergy play with those three other players.
Yeah, I think he definitely does.
If he can get them, it'll be pretty golden. Well, we're getting towards the end now. We're actually sort of down to our last after this, we'll be in the last 10.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure they'll blast by pretty quick. We've got some low cash stacks on the board.
Yeah.
One team
definitely.
already filled. Another team that's only got one more slot left.
Just that Cheese and Snarb need to fill out their roster. Just not sure who it's gonna end up being for each of them. I feel like a for sure pick that Tumble is gonna want to go for is Xenos. So how much money is he gonna leave for that pick?
I know we said we were worried about Mel at first, but I think, now he's settled in with, Cairo, Yui, Sono, like that little trio, solid. It's not a bad front and mid you got there. And then I think again, if Liberty can tie up this dumb Matt, again, I think the concern's gone out the window with that one. There wasn't too much concern to begin with anyway with Chill. You put Chill with most players and he can carry it quite well. But yeah, at this point, it is really just all eyes on Scalers and Trojans. How are they going to fill those back lines? What are they going to put in those positions? Because they're fighting for scraps at the moment. There's not too many people left on the board.
Well, I think
there's some still high-profile players like Caden is a great defender. You got Kong as a rising star. Hobner, Hobner, we know he will just be probably. I think that's a false entry, so he will probably be left as a free agent for the end of the season. But still, Mishi, as much as people.
Looks like Cheese is taking it away. He's taken Matt to his team. He's placed him on the scale. And Cheese is down to 55K left. Very interesting. I think we can see the, the effects of each style. You can see that Mel not really being too aggressive on his bids. As a result, he's got 100k left. He's got the most money left of anybody here. So if he has a player on this list that he wants, he could absolutely get them.
Yeah. Right, let's set Cheese up to pick. That one there.
I mean, we've got some classic names too here. We've got Waldo, we've got Hobner, aka Geese, aka Raiden21.
I mean, Ubix has still not been picked, which is kind of a shocker, to be honest.
Ubix
as much as
yet.
I have a feeling.
Yeah, because
could be the
as
fact
he informed me last time, it's pronounced Ubix.
Oh, yeah.
So.
I think that, and also a lot of people probably noted that he's not been as active in the community. He's been more playing off in Minecraft football more recently. So maybe his attention is elsewhere right now.
Yes, very true. So, and speak of the devil.
Oh,
it is Ubix.
It is indeed. It is indeed.
Yep, and you can see. I mean, he was a very good offensive player, but sometimes tended to struggle under pressure or in big moments. So we'll see if other teams put that into account.
See, I think Ubix. Looking at this board, I think a perfect home for him would probably be Liberty.
Yes,
but I think he would still thrive under Scalers.
Yeah,
either one.
I think either one could do very well.
I'm not so sure how he would do in the situation with Trojans or Army. I think the synergy there might not be quite what you would get in the other two teams, so maybe those two might want to avoid it.
Yeah, I would say Army needs to think more about the back line in terms of defender and maybe supplemental mid position, or maybe even more striking. But I don't know. I mean, Army is pretty well rounded at this point.
I think both Army and Trojans need to really think about that mid and back line quite a lot, because you got Jeetler and Vonsky on Trojans, you've got Sono and Yui and Cairo, on Army. Like that's good front. You got some good fronts there.
Trojans are at least going to push it to 40,000.
Snar right now needs to really consider about what goalkeeper he might get. I mean, I Am the Egg is still on the board as a goalkeeper. I feel like he's a bit of an underrated player right now on the field. I know Neroblo definitely values him quite highly. So if Neroblo was talking to his captain currently, he'd probably be trying to encourage him to pick him. But at the same time, you don't want to be benching Egg all the time. He's too valuable of a player. I feel like he's definitely an up and coming riser for sure.
Yeah, I think he can definitely step into I think he can learn any position, really.
Yeah, he's definitely he's one of those flex players that is competent enough that you can put him in most places and he'll do just okay, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Looks like Tumble may snatch him up here unless.
Yeah, unless Gambit. Oh, they're betting on it. 4,200.
I don't think Ubix would do great in that. I think maybe Gambit is going to try and put pressure on them to spend more money.
Yeah, I mean, might as well at this point. But
it's a risk though, because it's their last point, it's their last space, and it's a pretty critical space. I feel like, especially the fact that I know Kingston isn't going to be as readily available, so they might need to have someone as a flexy player that can swap in and out for him.
Maybe. I mean, not to mention that Kingston did win the last cup, the casual league.
He did, but I've got it on good authority. He said he won't be as active. So.
Well, let's see what Humble is thinking. He's really thinking about it.
I was gonna say, if we're gonna be giving out awards tonight, it's Tumble is the thinking man. That's for sure.
Yeah. If we took track, I think Humble has jumped back and forth between the stage and his podium maybe 20,000 times.
He's a real fidget, isn't he?
Yeah, he's really thinking. He's just pacing back and forth, really
he's calling people up, getting advice.
Yeah, he's calling people into the chat.
Yeah.
He's raising the bid. He's liking it for right now. think definitely Ubix would probably work best on Liberty.
Yeah, I think Ubix, that's Ubix's home. If that's going to be any, I think that's why Ubix can thrive this season. Ubix is quite a particular kind of player, and I think he's played with Jenna before on DC Grifters, and Chill and Jenna and Tumble. Chill and Tumble have got that synergy from previous years.
And then he locks him up.
Oh, there we go.
At 43,000.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
Wow.
Very nice. I mean, I think that's a good pick for Tumble, and I mean, Gambit could definitely probably get a player that maybe fits their lineup a little better, or supplements them on the defensive end maybe, or on that maybe a little more striking. And I mean, let's think about it. Ants is still on the board.
Yeah, I mean, both Kong and Ants. Kong has been a bench player for a long time. He's always a point of contention when people talk about him as a player. I think, all jokes aside, he has got good opportunities, I think, for development. It's just a case of actually getting him on the field. I think too often does he end up as a picked player with high hopes of potentially being a first-line player, but ends up just being benched the whole season.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a Vonsi situation where it just happens that the people he's playing with are better. It's not that Kong is bad, but
I think he had a bit of a lucky break with the casual league where he was given a few opportunities to kind of break out and sort of come on the pitch a few times, but maybe not as much as he would have wanted. But I think people are taking note of Kong and Ants, that there is an opportunity to potentially build on them, but whether or not they're going to be better than other picks like Egg, we'll have to wait and see, really.
Absolutely. And
who do you think's going to be our last two players then out of this whole pick?
Okay, one of those is Mishi at 10,000 for the starting bid.
Alrighty.
Mishi, I mean, he's been a classical defender for many years. I think he's really good. I think there's times where he can be spotty, but overall, he's a very solid defender for your team, and I feel pretty comfortable having him as a defender, so I wouldn't feel bad picking him up.
I feel like the guy's had a bit of a poor run in terms of teams he's been drafted on. Like, unfortunately, he was on Germany and Liverpool, both, and also Tsunami, all sixth place teams. But sometimes it's just how it goes. Like we were saying earlier, Tsunami wasn't a terrible team. It was just there were really strong teams for Casual League. It was a really balanced and even year league, and it was a tough fight. I just got beat out. That was it. Simple as that.
Most games were lost by 1 goal.
Yeah, it was a tight season. So I don't fault him or his team at all for that season. It was well fought, but
I mean, they definitely played well. But it's how the game goes. Sometimes the game just doesn't go your way. And
I suppose the question really is when he was on Portugal for 2017 for Confederation Cup, was he a key player in that year? Was he actually contributing to that second place position, or was he just sort of riding the coattails of someone like Meat Sale?
Right. I mean, I think he can be very valuable, but we'll see what Snarb and all the other caps think about him. Oh, Snarb raising the bid to 30K.
30K.
Interesting. He's putting the pressure.
And do you think something? Oh, sorry, carry on.
No, you can go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I think definitely for sure there's the consideration of sort of your chemistry with Mishi. Mishi is let's say, a controversial character sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, some players are very passionate about the game, and other players aren't, and it's just how it goes.
Got to make sure he's got the right home, I feel like. Otherwise, he might feel a bit alienated.
Right. I mean, him going to Trojans?
It wouldn't be a bad shout, but...
Not that bad. It looks like that's what's happening.
Night 1.
Oh.
Wow. 30K of Snarb's money is going to Mishi. Interesting. Huh.
So it looks like he's got 10K left on the board for his last pick.
But, I mean, we still got to think about Bonsky is on Snarp's team. So that is nothing. There's no writing that team off.
My only worry about that team right now is just looking at the composition. It seems a bit of a disparate there's not too much chemistry happening there. None of these players have really ever played together. We don't really know what they're like as a unit on a field. There's no sort of working pairs there. It's a lot of unknowns right now, I feel like. So I'd be interested to see what happens if there's any friendly matches before the season starts or how everything plays out.
Well, like how many games will they play in the season?
So in a normal summer season, we play 15 matches. It's a round robin, so all teams play each other once, and then the points are scored based on those matches. So 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, 0 for a loss, and it's tabled up. And though that league table for those 15 matches will then put you give you a seed for the playoffs, and then it's just a knockout for the finish. That's it.
Okay. So presumably that should give them enough time to gel if they're going to, and work on that chemistry a little bit.
You would hope so, but at the same time as those guys working on the chemistry, it's also the thing to remember that it's not just those guys that are improving the chemistry. All the teams are doing the exact same thing. So it's whether they've got to really work hard to make it work as a team.
And the way you guys are talking about some of these teams, there's at least a couple that are pretty stacked and kind of a formidable opponent for whoever they get.
Yeah, I think right now the sort of most even team I'd say in terms of stacked to chemistry, like positive chemistry, is Gambit in my eyes. I think Washed is a team that's got good players on it, but perhaps maybe is missing a bit of chemistry that we might see from other teams. Liberty again is another team.
Meatcell will carry him. I've seen him do it over and over.
That's the thing. We see him do it time and time again here too. So he's no stranger to carrying a team. But I mean, it was in 2020 in our Premier Cup. It was the first time we'd seen him sort of falter a bit and come second.
Yeah, true. That's the one time it's happened, and we'll see if his team looks dominant.
Yeah, he got beat out.
It looks like he's going to be very good.
He got beat out by Neroblo at the time, who both of those guys were fighting for their 4th cup win. So right now, T-Bone or Neroblo is the one player with the most cups under his belt, with Meatcell just behind him at 3.
Oh, okay. Well, Snarb is going to spend his last 10K on Ants here, and
I'm not sure if Ants is going to go for nothing. It looks like Tumbleweed passing on him, but I think Ants could be valuable to the right team.
I think Army or Trojans. Oh well, Army straight out.
Oh, Army said no. I mean, if they let Trojans go with this, I think that's a good pick for them at 10K.
Gambit could pick up a cheap player for 11K right here, and then still leave with 37K in the bank.
Yep, they could just bully pick.
That's all they'd have to do, right? Yeah.
So that's one thing to mention actually is at the end of the draft, if there's money left in the bank of teams, then what will happen is they get to keep that money and then use that in any future trades or for any future blind bids for free agents. So the way free agency works in this league is players can still sign up after the draft has happened and they enter the free agency pool, but the blind auctions are exclusive for those players. So a captain will raise interest in a player and will submit a bid. I'll then announce to all the other captains that interest has been risen, and they will then all need to submit a bid within 24 hours. But it's all blind. No one knows who or what who's bidding or what they've bid. And then after the 24 hours is up, or if all the captains submit their bid before the 24 hours is up, I'll then find the highest bidding captain and then announce that they're the winner. And the player will be offered a position on that team.
And so any money they don't spend tonight goes towards that?
Yep, so that'll be in their coffers for them to spend. And as the season goes on, for every win and every loss, they'll earn some points as well that they can then continue to spend to develop their team, either through trading or through picking up more free agents.
That's really cool. I like this system.
And the value at which everyone's been being bought tonight as well, that sets their base value for trades too.
Mm-hmm.
So there's sort of we're experimenting with that system and seeing how that'll go. That one's a little bit more controversial how we're going to figure that one out, but
I kind of like it because I can swap for 3 players straight up right now. That'd make it easy.
yeah.
That'd be so interesting. Like,
Yeah,
you can look at some people who are valued very equally.
Yeah, the teams we're looking at tonight, they might not be the teams we'll see come the first match. They might be sort of have a bit of a shuffle around. Some players might move about. So as much as we might be looking at some of these teams are looking good or might be in a bit of trouble.
Oh, they
Gambit
did it.
takes him.
There you go. He did it. So that's it.
Wow.
So that's Gambit's pick done.
Yep, Gambit. Gambit's
There's your team.
is set.
Interesting. Right. Well, next up then, again, Trojans gets to pick again.
Yeah, it's just like Gene
Now
Hackman
Gambit-
and Hoosiers. This is your
Gambit
team.
and washed out.
There's still
And,
a few people left. Still a little bit of cash left. Still a little bit of horse trading to do, possibly.
Question is, are we going to get these last players in before the close of the hour?
I don't know.
Oh, are we trying to? I don't know if.
I mean, no.
I mean, ideally, it is nearly 5 a.m. for me. So
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true. Jam Jar, he sacrifices for it.
I'm guessing you had a feeling it might be that way, though. Yes, but yeah. Shout out to Jam Jar, man. This is a very elaborate. I mean, you don't see this in. I fuck with a lot of video games, man, and what's been put together here. This is just incredible. It's really cool to see the participation, and I'm sure it's not just you, man. There's a lot of people involved.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would definitely want to shout out Neroblo as well. He's done absolute I can't even describe the amount of work he's done, pulling all-nighters the past couple of nights to try and get out all the kits and all the logos and all the artwork and really help out pushing this over the finish line.
Oh, right up to the last minute, yeah. Talking to himself the whole time, yeah.
Classic. I mean, it wouldn't be a BCS draft night if it wasn't late. Honestly, it's just tradition at this point.
But yeah, hats off to you guys. I mean, this is just a very cool space to play video games in, and I can see why this is the community is as strong as it is. I mean, why people keep coming back. You guys were saying that people don't play a lot, but they come back for these cups. I can certainly see why. The amount of care that's placed into it.
Well, what a great spectacle for everyone.
Yep.
Oh, well, it looks like he got him. Kong
Dr.
to
Kong.
The Trojans.
Yeah, we've got some saving of money going on. But Army, with its position and being pretty frugal in the bids that he went for, not really
Army
committing to anything over 50k after picking Sono.
Army has got that cash stack right now. He can make those final calls and decisions. Okay, well, we're gonna have another pick from Trojans. He's got 0 cash stack, so he's gonna open the bid on a player for 0.
Okay, so who's he gonna try
anybody
to get
that
for
places
free?
a bid theoretically is gonna snatch it right up.
Oh, well, everybody could still bid on it if he bets on the guy on 0, right? Yeah.
I would assume so. Yes.
Yeah, I figured.
Like any bid.
Yeah. Oh, Airflow. He's going for Airflow. Airflow, actually, I can talk about him. He was one of my players on Watford, and I had a very large roster for Watford and a large bench, and he was one of the players that was definitely very valuable for us off the bench. Coming in situations where maybe some players might show up, and he was a very willing to learn defender, and he quickly absorbed everything that I told him, and he was getting better really fast. So I wish I could have gave him more games in the Wofford season because he was really, I could see the potential in him. So we'll see if Liberty wants to fight for him alongside
I got
Army.
a chance to make a steal here. Well, he's thinking. Here he goes. And Liberty will raise the bid and make a bid for 1,000 for airflow.
Oh, wow. Oh, he's gonna fight for it. Huh.
And he's going to get it
He's gonna get it.
for 1,000.
He got airflow for a steal at 1,000.
Yeah, I think that's the lowest bid anybody's gotten away with tonight. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
But of course, as the cash goes down, it's like you guys were saying. I mean, it's not a reflection of who's good or who's bad. It's just how much money
part
we
of the
got
strategy.
left. And, yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like in real life, it's business. You deal with money and players, and you can't keep certain players. It's the same way here, except people's feelings aren't getting as hurt. Maybe a little bit, but at least it's not real money involved.
Yeah, man, you're thinking of it like Football Manager. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and yeah, it's very good for Chill also to make such a low cost pick for honestly a very valuable player. I'd say Airflow could have gone for like 15 to 20K easily.
Ah.
But Chill, I mean, he's got 42K, so that's big. He has a little bit more to try and outbid Scalers, but fortunately he is at the lowest amount of cash right now, so he doesn't have absolute power over his last pick.
It's Caden.
Caden 100, 4,200.
He's just throwing everything down on Caden.
Yep, and I think Caden, this is a big pick. Caden is a very, very valuable defender. You can look at his stats. I mean, they speak for himself. 8 games played, 21 blocks, and 16 steals in those few games. I mean, it's pretty good. He's a pretty good player.
Mel's going to try to outbid him.
And Mel is saying, screw it. I'm taking it all out. I'm taking him for myself. And Mel can definitely do that. He's got 45K. He's in the second position still, so he could still outbid Liberty.
Yeah, just a little flex there. Yeah.
Very big. Very big. I think this is a great pick for Mel. Not that I didn't DM him to pick Caden. I definitely didn't do that. I definitely didn't do that. Yep. But I mean,
I don't know if league officials would accuse you of tampering with the process or anything.
No, it's fine. I am a league official.
Well, yeah. What better way to get away with it then, man? Yeah.
Yeah, I've investigated myself and I've found no wrongdoing.
Yeah, not guilty, Your Honor. Yeah.
Yep. And I mean,
so who does that leave us with?
We've got on the board left. We've got some good players definitely. We've got Nerdy, Chris, I'm the Egg, Geese, Xenos, Waldo, and Universe. So, who's picking it? I think it's Mel starting the next draft. I'd say for Scalers, what do they need to think about? So Cheese is a very good mid, offensive mid. Trunks is a good striker. Muna, great goalie. Got a good defender and Dumb Matt. So I mean, I guess he's pretty good in most of his positions. He just needs that third offensive position to get filled in. You could definitely he's gone to Nerdy for that position before. You could go to Universe for that position. You could go to Egg. I'm the Egg.
I go to Xenos.
Oh, he's going for Xenos. Interesting. 11K for Xenos. Yeah, the goalie that I think Tumble needs. I wouldn't be surprised if Mel just lets him have it. Because, Mel is a pretty poppin' goalie, and I dare say
He
that
has other interests to pursue, probably for his own self.
yeah, and I dare say that of of all the players, I think I could play a pretty good backup goalie if need be.
Oh, okay. Well, Mel's gonna take the raised
Mel's going for him.
15,000. Matt is encouraging Mel to get him and anger Tumble and the Liberty team.
I mean, if Mel steals Xenos from Tumble is a little bit boned. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Meat. I mean, if I'm looking at Meat's got someone he's got to make a goalie. I'm not sure if he's gonna put Fire Demon into that position as the rookie player or the least experienced player on the team, but I mean, Tumble needs Xenos. It would be a crime for him not to go to Liberty at this point.
Okay, so the stakes are very high then as we look in and ponder whether this one's going to go one way or the other.
Gosh, and we got our favorite thinker, Tumbleweed the Thinker. He's really thinking. Good gracious, he just does not stop thinking.
Yep, 16,000.
Oh, he's going for it. Ooh.
Well, he and Mel can go toe to toe pretty much money wise, you know.
Yeah, he definitely could. Huh. I mean, at this point, Mel has a good advantage over Liberty as the leading cash person, but he's still got to worry about scalers.
Oh yeah, but they're talking about this in chat. What if it's he's getting Xenos as trade bait?
Oh, that's a big. Oh, that's big, actually.
With 30,000 on the table.
Goodness.
He's gonna force him to the edge.
Oh my God, he's doing it.
Yeah. He's gonna force him to go all the
Oh my goodness, this is crazy. I think Mel might have had my favorite strategy of all the captains. He was just such it was so mind-boggling the decisions he made, but then he came out with a pretty dang good team and with some pretty big cash advantages.
All the players are egging him on, man. They're like, do it. Like Shia LaBeouf, man. Like, damn it. Don't let your dreams be dreams.
God, yeah. I would say
Yesterday
I don't think
you said tomorrow.
Come on, Mel. Just be the bully. Just be the bully. You know, we're not at school anymore. We're encouraging bullies now. We love the TV, okay? It's good TV for everybody.
Yeah, a little drama. So he'll incrementally take it up to 31,000, does Tumbleweed, and so the ball is again in Mel's court. How's he going to play this? You'd think he'd at least push him to the limit as far as spending, because he does have, just that extra tip, just the tip to finish it off. And he does so at 42,000.
Oh my God! Wow. Crazy. That's crazy.
Oh.
Big moves from Mel. Big freaking moves from Mel.
Yeah, see, this system's awesome. Even these last few bids, just get dramatic as we go. It increases the tension.
Goodness.
So there you have it, the full team for Army and Mel the Frog.
Wow, that's
And
crazy.
he's got some people. He might be doing some wheeling and dealing with
Yeah, I
some
think
of
I
those
think
players.
I think Mel has set himself up to do some dealing, and I kind of like it. I kind of like our prospects. This
Yeah,
is
you
pretty
think that was a
cool.
good strategy? He didn't do a whole lot at first, just kind of driving up bets, but you know,
Well,
bids, I should say, but not taking the player
yeah,
and
yeah.
then sitting on a big ton of cash at the end.
I gotta say, I think I I'm really. I mean, his strategy of not finishing any of the bets really paid off because everybody just kept getting pushed higher and higher and higher.
Yeah,
And they get more stressed out when that happens, and they're more willing to kind of just commit that huge pile of cash. Wow.
So I am the egg is
I am the egg
on
on
the
the
board.
board for 0. I mean, if I don't think Snarb is gonna manage to get egg of all people, but he's pretty good. And I mean, he's pretty good at like egg. He's definitely not worth 0 for one thing. I had him on my team for Watford, and he was also one of the players like Airflow that didn't start as many games as I wanted him to. But he could be very deadly as a finishing striker, and he's also not too bad as a passer. But I mean, he's a newer player, so he's still being developed. But I think he's very good. Wow,
Well, he's
they
gonna
let him
get it.
go. Cheese let him go. That's very interesting. I'm not sure who Cheese is going for now.
And that'll round out the team for Trojans.
I would also like to mention that I think Hobner is not actually available for picking.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I think they said maybe more than one person might actually not be eligible on this board, according to some chat I saw flying by pretty quickly and can't confirm. And
Oh, okay. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, there's only 3 slots left, and there's 5 people on the board. So,
hmm.
I mean, Waldo, I think is definitely playing. Universe is definitely. I guess the question marks are Hobner, Chris, and Nerdy. But Nerdy definitely has played before, so I don't know. I'm interested to see where these last few players go.
And here's Waldo. They will start
Waldini.
the bidding and win the bidding with $42,000 for Waldo. How about that?
Wow. Just straight up drops the 42K and no one fights him for it. That's kind of big that he kind of maybe showed his hand a little too hard there. Now he's only got 13K left to fight for anyone who's left.
Yeah, and see, I don't know much about these guys as players or whatever, but I can tell you that Waldo is a really chill dude, and so that's the kind of person that you would like to have on your team. That kind of helps inspire the troops.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The-
He's a great veteran anchor, and he definitely played well as a defender and mid for Cheese in the past and many other teams.
yeah, he's been around this game a long time. Yes. So.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I
so
was going to say, Waldini is one of those people that's been around for every single cup. He's another one of those all-year veterans. So I was going to say, yeah, our all-year veterans we've got on the listing at the moment. I've got Waldo, I've got Xenos, I've got you'll like this name, Cairo. It's a real old school one. It's Monsieur Chemo.
oh wow,
We haven't seen him come back unfortunately this year, but he's a real veteran player.
dang,
And like really famous for his absolutely classic. It's iconic. Honestly, is his pink and blue peg legs. Everyone
yeah,
like you see pink and blue and you think Monsieur Chemo.
yeah. Real unfortunate the streak is broken of him not being
Yeah,
here.
well, it's just one of those things. Sometimes people go. It's after six cups. It's just the way it goes. It's been a good run. He had a good setup. It was fourth, first, fifth, fourth, fifth. So peaked and then maybe just sort of was riding through his career. But
I mean, definitely a great career. I'd put him in the BCS Hall of Fame. He's a good player, great guy. We're gonna miss him.
Cheese needs to pick next.
Oh, sorry, I'm getting an error real quick. Let me just double check this. See that something's wrong here on the system. Where is the universe? Huh. Why is that doing that?
You got me.
That's interesting. Let me just quickly repair this. I'm just going to jump back and have a chat with them.
Sure, Greg.
All right. Well, I mean, while he's doing that, I guess we can take a look at the teams as they stand. I guess I haven't really thought too hard about Trojans in their finished state. Snarb, I guess I'm not sure who their goalkeeper is going to be, but you've got Jeetlor, Vonsky, and either Kong or Egg rounding out your offense. You've got Mishi on defense, and you've got Snarb in that goalie position. I mean, that could be a pretty good team. Snarb is definitely no goalie to sniff at. He's very solid, and I think that team could do very well. I mean, Gambit, Louis Norablo, Cyberfrag, Kingston Ants, like their offense in Kingston, Norablo, and it could be Frag. They could also put in Ants whenever they'd like to. Oh, and we're back with the universe. He's going.
He's throwing everything in 13,000. That's what he's got left.
And it's just the choice is up to Tumble. Does he want to take Universe, or does he want to let Nerdy fall to Cheese?
All right, well, we're down to our last two. I think it's pretty clear that it's going to be Chris and Hob that will be the last two left over.
Yeah.
So I know I'm getting a bunch of errors in this right now. Just repair this.
Man, Tumble, even down to the last minute, the last man cannot stop thinking.
So I just spoke to the captains, and it sounds as though they're all pretty pleased with their team setup.
I think everyone should be.
Talks of trades on the table already. Also some good responses. I think everyone's had a really positive time in this draft. They all agree that there's some strong teams that will come out of this, and definitely some winners to have come away from this too. Particularly, I think Louis was a big highlight in managing to steal Kingston for that low of a price.
Yeah, my goodness.
Egg as well for 0. What?
Egg for 0?
Can
Crazy.
you believe it?
Vonsky for just 200k.
I mean, we saw Chill going crazy, but we weren't ready for Vonsky, were we?
No. I mean, his bid actually went pretty fast because everyone was like, "Yeah, I'll bid, like,
so the universe will be a scalar.
And then last but not least, we're gonna have Liberty making the final pick, number 30. Number 30 for the evening, and that'll be Nerdy.
Nice. Very nice. Crazy. I think all the teams should be pretty happy with what they've come out with.
Yeah, the whole process was a lot of fun, and right until the very end. I mean, some of these just didn't know how it would go one way or the other. There was a lot of strategy involved in not only the bids that people were making, but the counter bids that they were making to keep other captains from making those bids.
Definitely some interesting strategies of oh, that's a surprise.
Oh, well, he's
Hobiner.
picking Hobiner.
Oh. Maybe he's picking him up as a chip.
I thought people have been telling me Hob isn't playing at all. But
I'm not
Sir
really sure,
does not appear in this film, yeah.
Well, that's that. That's the end of the draft. We're now clear and done. So these are our teams. This is it.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
for our,
And when do those start?
so what will happen is the captains will get together and have a conversation about what's going to happen with the matches upcoming. We'll probably do that on either Sunday or Monday.
Okay, and then a blood ritual of some sort?
Yeah, so actually the conversation actually came up. We were thinking maybe because we know some of the captains will actually be absent at the back half of this month, perhaps what we'll do is we will actually extend the season this year rather than just doing the classic 15 matches and then a 6-match playoff. We will instead do a double round robin, so we'll do 30 matches of the normal season, but split it in half and have a sort of a recess period in between. Still up for debate. We don't know whether it will be that, but we'll chat with the captains, see what everyone feels like, see if it sort of works out okay in terms of the calendar, and we can do it in a timely fashion. But yeah, just to keep the season interesting. I think after we had our casual league where we had over 50 matches over the course of however many matches it was over the course of a few months.
Yeah,
It really satiated people in terms of big leagues and big seasons.
Yeah.
We want to try and maybe bring up the summer seasons, the summer cups, to sort of elevate them to that kind of level, to bring it more high stakes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what will happen is the last two players, Chris and Nerdy, they'll be moved into our free agency program. Like I said earlier on, there'll be blind bids for those players. If anyone else is interested to play, then sign-ups are still open, so feel free to jump over to the BCS Discord. We've got some information in our All-Star Info channel. You can find the sign-up link there. I'll just pop up the invite link as well on the bottom of the screen so you can see. Any closing remarks from you guys, or?
I guess basically, I think this was a huge success. I think the new draft format was really fun. Everyone's teams looks great. I don't think anyone's really coming out of this unhappy.
Yeah, I think it's been positive for sure.
It was certainly a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, I hope it was a lot more interesting and engaging this time around than it was for you than last time, perhaps.
Oh yeah, very much so. Partially because still remember some of these players from before, and also because the everything that was involved in trying to get these players on the teams, but also deny them possibly from other teams. And I don't know. There's probably all sorts of interpersonal drama and stuff that I'm missing out on, and it's better off that I do. But I want to thank you guys, especially Cairo and Jam Jar. What a great night of fun and a wonderful event, and all the work that's been put into it. I'm just amazed by it. I'm Winners with the One. You can find me at Winners with the One on Twitter. It's like a pimp named Slickback. You got to say the whole thing. Winners with the One. And also, you can follow us at IBN1 on Twitch and IBN Casting on YouTube. And it's been a pleasure to watch this tonight. And shout out to this whole community, man. You guys are great. Always treat me very nice. And also, I want to thank you for all the kind words that I got. I mean, I couldn't respond to them because I was like almost dead and shit, but I saw them in your Discord just over, I'd get mentioned every once in a while, and that was really cool.
Oh, no, everyone knows you, and says it's always a pleasure to have you back. We always look forward to having a guest speaker. And if you're kicking around and you want to come and join in and sort of commentate on some matches, just have a chit chat, you're more than welcome. We'd love to have you back again.
Well, thank you. That sounds wonderful.
Right, well, Cairo, I think there are some scrims going on over on the other server. There might be a restart real quick just to get some new, to transfer the kits on there. Sorry, I'm just sort of trying to read the chat while all this is going on.
Well, I'm probably going to have to run myself, so I'll have to...
I'll probably need to jump away too. Anyway, Winters, yeah, you've done all your shout-outs and call-outs, so... yeah, it's been great having you, and hopefully we'll see you a little bit more in the season.
Absolutely. Everybody have a great weekend. It's the 4th of July here in the United States, and it's just a weekend everywhere else, and a good chance to enjoy and have some fun. We got this in the books, now you know who your teams are. Go forth and have a wonderful season.
Fantastic. Well,
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't plug my Twitch. Of course, at the end, I do want to say thank you to Winners for being so patient with our delays and all. It was such a good time, and to Jamjar for spending so much time. I also like to shout out Eagle 517 and T-Bone for all the intense amount of work they do.
100%.
Eagle
Both of them do
especially
absolute, yeah.
Eagle especially is always behind the scenes and doesn't really, get mentioned too often, but he is intensely important to everything that goes on here. And if you guys are interested in speedruns and often streaming scrims, then you can come check me out at twitch.tv/Kyroscope. So yeah, if you're into that type of thing, game plan, all types of fun stuff, interacting with the BCS community often, then you can go ahead and check that out. And I think that's about it.
Cool. Right. Well, we'll just put it over to a hold screen. And in the meantime, we'll get all set up on the main server. And yeah, we'll take it from there.
Yep.
I've been Jamjo.
And I'm Kyra. And Winters is...
And this is Winners. Thank you.
There we go. We got it in the end.
Yep, we got it.
Fantastic. All right. Well, yeah. I hope you have a good night and a happy 4th of July for tomorrow. Oh, sorry. No, this weekend, I should say. Sorry, my mistake.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, guys.